Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Abomination Vaults. It's Wednesday again, and that means we are playing some Pathfinder, my favorite night of the week. I am DM Steve, and with me are the newly crowned heroes of Atari. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, I know you guys don't like the name Ghostbusters for, I guess, copyright reasons and maybe also for lore reasons. So, anytime you guys are ready to tell me to update the UI down here because it's under me, then I'm ready to do that. We're going to have a slightly modified schedule this week, in that we're going to take a little bit earlier break than usual. One of our players, so Richard, is celebrating like Ramadan and needs to break his fast without passing out on us. So yeah, we'll take our break at 7:40. So I wanted to get the ball rolling fast tonight. Okay. So my favorite pastime, the thing I'd like to start every session with, let's reflect on all the rules I messed up on last week. Courtesy of our YouTube viewers.
What are you talking
Thank
about?
you.
We are Pathfinder masters.
Yeah, well, we are so far from where we started, but we have a long way to go. So, let's see. First rule, not really a mistake, but something I wanted to point out, especially for Rick and Mike, for Clovis and Hellarmy, you guys have focus pools. If you have multiple focus points, like you guys both do, when you use the refocus activity, it only lets you earn one of those focus points back.
Yep.
So like even if it's like if you spend 3 focus points like Hal did last session, and then you refocus, you only earn 1 back, and you can't go back up to 3. You can never go up past 1 again until not long rest. What do they call it? They call it like when you do your daily preparations after a night of sleep, then you get all your focus points back.
Right, but you can spend all 3 and then refocus, get another one, spend it, refocus, get another one.
Exactly.
Et
yeah. But like there is like this diminishing returns thing, whereas once you go down, if you spend more than 1 before you refocus, you can't get that one back in that day, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, but it makes sense. So if I have 2, if I spend both of them, I can take 10 minutes, get 1 back, use it, spend 10 minutes, get it back, but I can't spend 20 minutes and get 2 back.
Exactly.
Okay.
There are certain feats that later on at the higher levels that allow you to refocus and get multiple focus points back. But they seem to be gated pretty high. Like the one I saw was like level 11 feet or something like that, which seemed pretty high. So anyways, that was something someone pointed out that I didn't know before last week. So I learned that this week and I wanted to call it out. All right. Second, enemy immunities. Like, this is one thing I'm not entirely used to, especially with D&D, where like when a creature has immunity, it's always immunity to like damage. Like I have fire immunity, I have cold immunity. But if you look at like skeletons and zombies stat blocks, they are immune to, under their immunities, it says it says mental. They're immune to mental. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you use any skill, ability, spell, anything that has the mental tag, they're immune to it. Because they're supposed to be mindless undead. They don't have functioning brains, so there's no way to like affect them. So how does that come into play in our game? Well, last week we used coerce to like intimidate the zombies. Remember when Nulara was like growling at them or scaring them?
Yeah.
They're mindless and they're immune to mental effects. And if you look at the coerce action, it has the mental tag. So they should have, in theory, been immune to those sort of effects. So that's just something I'm not used to as a GM, is looking for immunities for more than just damage types, also for different kinds of effects. So it's interesting. I wanted to call it out. Thirdly, identifying items. Like I had you guys you were trying to identify an item last week. I think it was the wand, and we talked about having Arcana check, and nobody had it, and it was this whole thing. Needing Arcana to identify an item is actually wrong. That's like a holdover from D&D that I had a mistake with. So depending on the item you're identifying, it can be done with one of the 4 skills, each skill corresponding to the 4 schools of magic. So if it's just an item that has the magical tag, like a generic magical item, you can use any of the 4 skills to identify it. So if it's an arcane magic, you use Arcana. If it's divine magic, you use Religion. If it's occult magic, you use Occultism. And if it's primal magic, you use Nature. So if it's an item, typically any one of those 4 could do. So that's good to know. Secondly, for scrolls and wands, like we were trying to identify, if the spell on the scroll or the wand is a spell that's on your spell list, you automatically know what it does when you use your recall knowledge. So there's no roll, there's no way of messing it up. You're like, oh, this is a wand of heal, because I know this because I know what the heal spell is. Yeah. So in that case, I'll try to keep that in mind going forward when you're identifying stuff, that it's less stringent on Arcana and more free flow. So I like that. Now, certain items, if it's tagged with like, Arcana magic, then it's only usable by Arcana, but that makes sense. And then the last one, which also isn't really a rules mistake, it is actually a rules clarification. So, Inspire Courage, Hal Harmony's go-to spell. It does like this thing. It's like +1 to damage rolls, right? And if you look it up, you'll actually find some contention between GMs in Pathfinder world whether those damage rolls apply to spells or just weapons. And it stems because in the weapons section, it specifically calls out damage rolls as a thing, an actual mechanical thing. And for spells, it doesn't. It talks about rolling damage, but not like this damage rolls thing. But my ruling, and the one I think most people come to, is yes, Inspire Courage should apply to spells. Now, the problem is Foundry, or at least the Pathfinder module in Foundry, the spellcasting system is still a bit dated, and it's getting, they are working on a makeover for it to kind of change the underlying systems. And so the current spell system that rolls the damage doesn't take into consideration any of these effects you have on you from the feats. So it's actually a bug in Pathfinder module in Foundry to not apply that damage automatically to the roll like weapons attacks do. So until that bug gets fixed when they overhaul the spellcasting system, we just have to remember anytime someone casts a spell with Inspire Courage, we have to remember to add the +1 damage. It does apply the +1 bonus to the attack properly. It's just not applying the damage properly.
Okay.
So if you're a spellcaster, so that's Hal and Clovis, and you cast a spell while under Inspire Courage, just remember to call out the 1 damage, because I'm liable to miss it a lot. And Rick, you were doing that a lot last week, and it's good because I got so much going on. I always miss that 1 damage. So
I understand.
Good. Unfortunately, I don't have much for you, Richard, because you don't cast spells. You don't have to get any rules mistakes, I guess. Or Nina. So yeah, that does it for what did we screw up? Not much. And again, to our viewers, we love the engagement. We love that you guys are watching us and helping us learn. So if you see any mistakes we make tonight, just don't tell us about them. No, I'm kidding. Tell us, please. Okay, so I think that does it. I don't want to take much longer because we only got 30 minutes until our break, so I want to dive right into the session. Any questions from you, Richard, Nina, Rick, Mike?
Are you gonna play the intro video?
Yeah, we're gonna run the intro video and then run right into the game after that.
Rock on.
Let's go.
Roxanne.
All right. So let's not take any longer. Without further ado, let's dive right back into the Ruins of Gauntlight right after this video. See you in a minute.
The lumber town of Otari, with its storied past and a fair share of sinister secrets, has been fairly quiet in recent decades. Over the 400 years since its inception, the surrounding area has been the launching pad for many famous adventurers, and as a result, most of the ancient ruins have been fully explored, much of their mysteries already solved. But when the mysterious Gauntlight, an eerie landlocked lighthouse, begins to glow with a baleful light, the people of Otari suspect it's an ominous prelude to sinister events. The call goes out for a new band of heroes to save the day. Those heroes are Mukta,
One's path in life may shift like the sands. You have to adapt or be buried.
Halarmony Higgins,
Can I play something for you?
New Lara,
Hey, I know that it's scary, but you have to get up. Okay? Take my hand. Ugh, very good. Let's go.
Clovis,
Nature is not to be put in order. Nature is order. It is for us to put ourselves in unison with this order.
The time has come to enter the Abomination Vaults, Ruins of Gauntlight.
All right, we're back. Let's dive into where we left off. So we're on session 8. That's pretty cool, guys. I think with Richard and Mike, you guys joined us on session 5. So this is your 4th session, and that's like half the length of this whole game. So you guys are officially veterans.
Nice.
Nice.
So after a long night of deep sleep, your sore bodies awaken. The bruises from the giant spider you fought the night before still hurt, and the smell of the oil is still faintly in your nose. But the smell of bacon frying in the tavern overpowers the stink, and you see Brelda Venkervale, the dwarven caretaker of this tavern, cooking up a nice breakfast. When she sees you, she waves excitedly. "Good morning. I heard what you all did last night. It was the talk of the town at the market. Did you guys really defeat Belcorra and her pet dragon in the graveyard?"
Dragons. There were 2.
2 dragons.
It's too early for this.
She's kind of like puts down like plates of like bacon and coffee in front of you, and she's just, "I'm glad you're all safe. I know if my son were here, he would have been right alongside you fighting. He was always brave." And then she kind of goes back to the kitchen to continue cooking and getting more food for the thing. And you guys are up. You guys had a fairly late night, so you guys are, sleeping in a bit. But it's about 9:30 right now. So yeah, the morning's yours. I mean, it's a chance to reflect on the previous night's events.
So, you did not see those things when you went to your dinner. I mean, when you went to your graveyard.
No, it was fairly quiet when I got there, actually. I guess.
You okay? Do you want to stop on the way to the lighthouse today? Back at the graveyard? Perhaps we can see something?
Yeah. Ooh. Remember how they all tried to, well, not tried, but they all jumped off the cliff? I wonder if their bodies would still be there.
Maybe we can tell the guard to clean them up, so they actually do something.
I'm sure you've humiliated them enough, last night, Mokta.
Yeah, so the building that's at the bottom of the graveyard, because the graveyard's built on the high cliffs overlooking the city, and so right at the base of the cliff is this giant building that's known as the Dawnflower Library, which is part library, part temple, dedicated to most of the major gods that are worshipped in this town. So all the zombies were like falling off the edge and just bouncing off the top of these like giant domes of the temple. So if you wanted to see the bodies, you just would probably want to go check out the Dawnflower Library.
I mean, it is just around the corner. We can walk there in probably 5-10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure we want to go to a shop or something. You guys want to shop for your stuff?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
I definitely need to go to a shop.
Yes, Mukhtar needs some weapons that go a little bit farther than... Although this is a fine rapier, Halamari, thank you. Maybe a few Maybe a bow, a few more daggers.
Yeah, a sling may not fit you. It's very difficult to wield. And I'm a master at wielding the sling.
He is. Oh, he said that he sniped one of the... I forgot what they were.
Two of them.
The monsters.
The
From the
Mitflits.
lighthouse. The Midflits. There you go. Oh, thank you, God.
Quite
That reminds me.
impressive.
In the corner of the room, there's like a shadowy voice that just says, "They're Mitflits."
That panics Nulara a little bit.
If you're looking for shopping and you want weaponry, there's one main armory in the place, and it's called Blades for Glades. So that's like in the middle of the town, like near the top. Also, there is the Otari Garrison, which is kind of on the eastern end of town. They do sell like weapons and stuff out of their shop. It's kind of like the police headquarters, and they do have an armory. And then you can find some stuff in the Otari market. It's not like specialized in weapons, but they definitely have like a lot of adventuring gear and possibly some like simple weapons and stuff. So if you guys want to do shopping, we can do that.
I'm sorry, please.
No, I just wanted to see if everyone still has at least one health potion.
I don't have any health.
I do not
potions.
have any potions of health. No.
There you go. All right. So that's
I
number one on our
still have
list.
the one
I have
that
two
we got when we were
for-
first here.
Mm.
Now, back in Katapesh, these potions of healing cost quite a pretty penny. How much do they go for here in Otari?
If I remember it correctly, it was around like 4 gold.
Oh, that's much
For the-
cheaper than what I'm used to.
I know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can get like 4 gold for a healing potion for the low tier one, right? So if you're
Minor
looking
healing potion.
if you're looking for healing potions, your best bet is probably, I think you might be able to get some at the Otari market, but even then I'm not sure. Rin keeps them in stock because she's kind of like the oddities expert here, and probably you could also get them at the Dawnflower Library because they do a lot of like healing items and stuff. So probably Dawn Library and Rin would be your best bet for healing potions.
I think Rin should give us some for free for helping.
She kind of
Maybe we
did at
should
the start of the adventure before you guys came
Yeah,
along.
well, she didn't give it at the start of. Oh, yeah,
That's
Muka
true.
and myself, and we just
We got the short
a-
end
we
of
got
the
a-
stick on this one, my
yeah.
friend.
we got a
They were
foot up
thrown
our ass.
into,
He said, "Go, go,
True.
hurry! They're gonna die."
and you just
now I think-
followed.
I think now we go back and ask for them.
Well, as I said, in Katapesh, they're a bit more expensive, so I was not expecting any for free. But maybe we should just set up a business exporting them to the Guild of D&D. We'd make quite a profit.
Well, I like that idea.
Do you guys have anything else on your list? How?
I mean, if we can get a much more fine-looking loot for me, I would not say no. Maybe like
Ooh.
a virtuoso one. You know, those are a bit expensive, I think.
Do you know
I'm
how much
not-
they cost?
Um,
Not sure.
my parents said they were very expensive. I'm not even sure that I would be able to use them right away.
That's a good point. I don't know. I think they're just normal gear, right?
I bet you they drove the wagon right by the shop saying we have plenty of good loots back at home.
Looks like it's about 50 gold for a virtuoso item.
I mean, you should get at least one more healing potion, Nulara. You're out in the front and you're banging your shield and hollering at these skeletons and making them not frightened. But if they will try to hit you, I will be in the back singing my songs, singing the praises of your fortitude.
Yeah, you might be able to find some of those. You probably at the open market. There's probably like a vendor that sells different musical instruments you could check out. So where did you guys want to go first? Library,
The
room,
market.
the open market.
Yes, just to see if they do have those fancy loots.
Okay.
Maybe there's like a secondhand thrift store that we can go to.
Yeah. So as you like, it's a pretty interesting. Like, you were there at the open market. You met the proprietor before, his like shrine to his wife. So from where you guys are at the Rowdy Rockfish, when you leave, you have to kind of cross the bridge that goes right past. It goes like kind of through the Crook's Nook, because the Crook's Nook is built on this bridge. So you guys like kind of come past the Crook's Nook, and you can see like beyond that kind of the marketplace bustling. So let me just check something real quick. Yeah, so the Atari market's like bustling with people. People are like selling goods. There's a lot of side-eyes glances kind of coming your way because you guys are kind of the talk of the town. People kind of come up and start asking you ridiculous things about what happened the night before. Some people heard that you all died. Other people heard that, Belcorra herself like was in the graveyard, and there's a lot of ridiculous rumors flying around, and everyone looks to you to kind of tell them what happened. So it's the, let's just say one of these like situations, the people come up and like a little child pulls on the like your little like cape, Nular, or whatever. I don't know if you wear a cape, but your pants, and says, "Excuse me.
Yes.
I was just. Did you save us last night?"
I killed. Well, they killed a couple of things. I'm not sure about saving.
Oh,
why? What'd you hear?
Well, my older brother told me that Belcorra is gonna come eat me tonight.
What? No. You know what, though?
What?
I heard that Belcorra is actually looking for specific type of things, but it doesn't include children, so I think you should be okay.
Well, now, Nulara, that's not entirely true. I hear they always go for the elder sibling, so.
Oh, you're right. Thank you,
Yes.
Mukta.
You see like the eyes get a little wide and a little excited, and then you see almost like tears like well up a little bit, and like, but I love my brother. And like the child like runs off crying.
Oh, oh well. I tried to comfort her.
Yeah, but you get a lot of that throughout the day. Sorry, good.
Maybe we leave the stories to Harmony.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll put my hood up.
Yeah, so as you like shop, you notice that there is seem to be like a lot of people are more interested in weapons than usual now. So one thing, this is a cool feature that I just have been exploring and I wanted to try out. So if you guys go to your foundry and turn on the journal notes section on the left, so you can see all of the like journal entries, and you go to the Otari Market, which is here. You can see a description of the market, and you should see a thing that says shop link. You guys see that? In the notes?
Oh, yeah.
So you can click that and open, and what you see is an actual shop for the Otari Market. So this is all the stuff that the Otari Market has for sale. Now,
the quantities, everything's really cool.
Yeah, and so it's not 100%. I didn't take the time to drag and drop everything that could possibly be there because that would be too much. I dragged anything I thought was probably a possibility that you guys would want. So if there is something in the Adventurer's Guide, in the core rulebook that isn't on this list, as far as like adventuring gear goes, let me know and I can get it added. So if you want to use this store, all you need to do is basically open your character sheet, pick the item you want to buy, drag and drop it from the shop to your character sheet, and it'll automatically deduct however much that item costs from your character and give you the item.
That's really
This
cool.
is so cool.
Right? It's fun.
So this shop doesn't have my mace. Oh.
Yeah, so this is definitely not like a weapon shop. This is
No, you can tell it's more
there's some
equipment
daggers.
stuff.
Yeah, so you kind of shop around for a bit. It doesn't look like they carry a lot of weaponry. They carry some simple weaponry. They definitely should carry anything on the adventurer's gear list up to like level 5 or whatever.
Steve, how many daggers can I carry on me?
Well, there's no limit technically.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's 10 daggers are light, right? So it's
Mhm.
10 daggers to a 1 bulk. So as long as you can carry it, right, you're good. Your little belt pouch that you wear should carry up to 1 bulk worth of items. So you can carry 10 daggers in a pouch. Or you can purchase a bandolier, and I don't think it's on this list, but it's like 2 silver, which would allow you to wear like I think 10 dagger across your chest.
Oh, wow.
Functionally,
I would
there's no
definitely
difference
do
between that and putting them in a pouch. But if you want to look cool, you can.
I mean, I always go for aesthetics over, rational thinking. So
Yeah.
I will
So-
definitely get a bandolier and a bunch of daggers.
I'm going to bump up the quantity of daggers in the shop because if you're going to buy them out, and that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I just put 5 to be like safe, so it doesn't run out on you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will.
and so in a similar vein, I've created shops for all the major shopping locations in town. So the Otari Market has like general adventuring gear. Glades focuses on like weaponry and especially like metal stuff. So everything they have would be made out of metal. The Dawnflower Library. Oh yeah, look. So it even puts it in chat. Otari Market sells 9 daggers to Mukta. Did it deduct the gold automatically? That's good.
I think. The silver. I think. Well then, yeah.
Whoa, this garrison.
Yeah, so then the Dawnflower Library can carry stuff like, healing potions, scrolls, stuff like that. The Dawnflower Library even sells +1 weapons of certain types. The Garrison, yeah, they sell like a lot of the weaponry and stuff. The Garrison would sell anything. They have a mixture of metal and non-metal weapons, so like Clovis, you would be able to pick up a mace from the Otari Garrison if you wanted to.
All right. Yep. So we'll swing by there on the way.
Mukta will not be going to the garrison. You guys have fun. I actually forgot. I still have to settle my bill at the Crook's Nook from the previous night. So you guys can go to the garrison. Maybe I'll meet you at Glades or Rins.
Glades is good.
All right. Have fun at the garrison. I'm sure it will be a ball of a time.
I've been notified in chat that a bandolier can hold up to 8 items of light bulk. So it'd be 8 daggers on a bandolier.
Cool.
Nice.
So I don't have the bandolier thing on here. So
Just deduct 2 silver for a bandolier.
okay.
I don't think there was an it's weird to mention in the rules, but I didn't see an official item for it. So yeah, so Clovis, you slip away and you go to the Crook's Nook.
I'm gonna go to
Mukta.
oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry, Mukta. Yes, Mukta, you're slipping away to the Crook's Nook. Okay, you have a desk to settle. And is this something you wanted to roleplay on screen or off screen?
No, we can just do it off screen.
All right, so Mukta disappears, and then Clovis was going like to the garrison.
Oh, wait, I want to come with you, Clovis.
Okay, we can go. as a group.
Hal, did you want to come with
I will
us?
wait for you. Let me know when you're ready. We'll see if Music Man wants to go with us.
I'm just waiting for all of you. So please lead the way.
If you notice, they did have the Virtuoso magic items in this Otari Market, Hal. But
I did notice.
You're like eyeing them a bit. I know that was what you were asking about. Okay.
Music Man, you did not want to get some of those?
It is expensive. We will go to level 3 of the lighthouse and come back and buy it.
Oh, okay. We'll get you some more money.
So, as you guys make your way over to the garrison, the head guard on duty is a man known as Lardus Longsaddle. And
Lardus.
yeah, Lardus.
Lardus.
Captain Lardus Lardus Longsaddle. Right? And as you guys kind of like make your way over there, you see like a couple of the guards like kind of whispering each other and like looking at you, and you can tell your reputation precedes you here. So you kind of like come on like asking for like weaponry and stuff, and he's sitting there with his like arms folded, and he just kind of like looks you over, and he's kind of like looking back around. He says, "So where's the rat?
I'm
Off
sorry,
stealing
what?
something, I suppose."
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that made a comment last night about us not doing our job or doing our job for us.
Oh, I mean, we did do your job for you.
He doesn't like you doubling down on that, and you can tell that he's like squinting his eyes at you. And he says, "Okay, well, Rin tells us you've been investigating the ruins. By chance, have you come across anything that might have explained last night?" I find it odd that the attack happens and you all just so happen to be there to save the day. It seems awfully convenient.
You sound really salty, my dude. Also, I tried calming down a kid earlier, but I ended up scaring her. So if you have any questions, Clovis and my companions over here could answer those better. I'm gonna look at the weapons.
Yeah, you can go ahead and browse. So you like kind of go off past him, and he kind of like, you hear him like breathing really heavily, and he turns and just looks at Clovis and Al. He like kind of juts his thumb over towards Nulara and says, "Why is she so angry? She's got nothing to hide."
That's not angry. You should see when she really gets angry. You don't want to be around. I mean, just ask some of the guards. I mean, are you one of the guards? Do you moonlight as a guard?
I'm the captain of the guards. Everyone here reports to me.
I can understand. Friend, please. Do not worry. I think we all here are convinced that you did what you could. I'm not sure if that was much, but
Yeah.
I will sing of your heroic deeds in assisting us in cleaning out the graveyard. Would that go a long way to, what do they say? Extend the olive branch towards you and the guards?
Make I think it's called, is it a diplomacy check?
I think so. And
That is the name of the thing, right? It is diplomacy, yes.
and I should be able to use performance. Oh, they're the same. I should be able to use performance because I got that.
What was the feat you have? Like, it's something about being able to use performance to wow people.
I can use it to demoralize. I can use it to make an impression. I can use it to do another thing.
I think make impression, it makes sense. So
right,
it's like you're talking to this police captain, this very grouchy police captain, while you're like strumming and like, singing along. Because in order to do this, you must be using the instrument to assist you. So you are playing. So this is kind of hilarious.
And I also have virtuosic performer, where I get a circumstance bonus when playing the instrument.
That is correct. You have that
all right
toggled on your sheet, so it should apply, I think. Let's see.
Perhaps. Circumstance bonus +1.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hero point.
Hero point, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to burn that hero point early.
Didn't use it last time. Might as well use it this time.
Oh.
Even better.
So
a little bit better.
A little bit better. So it doesn't like it doesn't like enrage him or anything, but like you're trying to smooth him over and you can just see it's not working. This guy's seen some shit. He is like an old grumpy police captain in every sense of the word. And he just shakes his head at you and just allows you to like search the wares, but you don't seem to have made a great impression on this guy. Like you don't increase his disposition towards you. It's still pretty negative. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and shop there and buy whatever you want. If you open the shop for Atari Garrison, you'll see a picture of Long Ass. Sorry.
Yeah. It looks like
What is
the
it?
guy from Oz.
Which one?
The Emerald City. When they
Oh,
knocks
that
on the
Oz.
door.
I was thinking of the HBO show Oz.
No, Oz. Wizard of Oz. He's
Lardus, like Lardus, yeah. There. No, he does. He looks like the guy that like opens the gate to Oz.
Mhm. He
So
may
yeah.
have seen some shit, but he definitely didn't see zombies. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, he was safe in his bed.
Okay, so
You have to click
click-
and drag it to your sheet.
that's right. Gotta drag that.
Everything in
So-
Foundry is about dragging, right?
Yep, forgot. All right, so I have a long sword that I'd like to sell. So
You can drag it to him and sell it. It won't automatically give you the money if you sell stuff, so you just have to find how much a longsword's worth, which I think is 1 gold. Right? So you can sell the longsword to him and then add 5 silver to your inventory. It's 1 gold, so you can add 5 silver to your inventory. Yep, so it looks like you're selling to Blades for Glades, not the Tari Garrison, but
oh, well, that's why I dragged it. I dragged it into.
I think you opened the shop for the wrong shop.
Oh shit!
So in the
Yeah.
background, you've wandered over to the blacksmith and bought a giant metal mace and brought it back to the group. But it's fine mechanically.
So
It's
wait,
the
wait.
same. It's fine.
What? So where are we at right now?
You guys are
Blades
over
for
here.
Glades, or
You're at the Otari Garrison.
yeah, I thought that's what I was in. Yeah, that is what I was in. Yeah, it's got the same picture. The same
so
guy.
why does it say? It
Yeah, I
says
was like, wait a second.
it says Blaze for Glades in the chat, but it says Otari Garrison everywhere else. Oh,
It looks like it's a
I see
copy.
that-
That didn't get
it-
renamed.
I see what happened. I copy pasted one shop into another, but it doesn't go by the sheet name. It goes by the token name, even though there is no token, if that makes sense. And the token is the copy of the Blaze for Glades. So that's my bad. I fixed it.
Man, you had me confused. I thought it was in the right spot.
You were. It was just blowing my mind. I'm learning as we go. So, we're at the time that we're gonna take the break so that Richard can go not pass out and eat.
Okay.
So let's do this. We're gonna take a little bit longer break. So we're gonna go to 8 o'clock on the break. So that gives us about 22 minutes from now. And then you as players can sit around and shop and do all the like actual shopping you want. And if you want to go any other places to role play and meet some of the shopkeepers and see what's going on around town, we can do that when we get back from break. But if you want to do
Alright.
mechanical shopping, feel free to go ahead and do that now.
All right.
Sound good?
Hey, sounds good.
Perfect. All right, let's go to break. It's 7:39. So Richard, go eat. You've earned it, and we'll see the rest of you guys back here in about 20 minutes. So
Cool. Thank you.
don't go anywhere.
All right.
One. We are back on our playthrough of the Abomination Vaults. I hope you guys at home had a nice rest. I know we did. I took the chance to make a cup of coffee. Richard, you're all
That sounds
sustained for the night.
Healed up and ready to rock.
good. You even
So-
sound better.
So you can't eat between sunrise and sundown. Does that mean you wake up really early to have like a last minute, like an early morning breakfast?
Yeah. Wake up around 4 a.m. to eat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You should just stay up all night and then sleep all day. Just till your work. Sorry, gotta
It's like a
change
loophole.
schedules.
Yeah.
Just change your schedule.
Just take a month off.
Yeah, that would work too.
That works. All right. Well, we are coming back into our game. So, you guys, did you guys get all your shopping that you wanted to done? I see, Mukta's buying arrows. Good. You might want to double check that it didn't overcharge you for arrows. Because it's supposed to be like, I think the price that you buy it for, it charges you like. Basically, I think it's like 1 silver or whatever per 10 arrows, but I think it might have charged you like per arrow that price. So it might have overcharged you. That was one issue with the store I wasn't sure about.
Oh, 1 silver per like 10 arrows?
Yes, because what's the price? So arrows says 1 silver, but it's supposed to be 1 silver per 10 arrows. So if you bought 20 arrows, it would charge you 2 gold, but it should have been 2 silver. So
Okay,
give
yeah,
yourself,
it definitely charged me.
yeah, give yourself back. They
gold.
haven't like made like bundles working quite correctly yet.
Alright, and I'll minus 2 silver.
I should just edit the cost of the
Or-
arrow to be, 1 copper each, and then it wouldn't make that problem.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, and then the other thing too is I looked it up, and they do have bandolier, so I did add it to the shop. It actually only costs 1 silver, not 2, so you got overcharged a silver earlier. So give yourself back
Okay.
another silver too.
All right. Well, I'll give myself back the 2 silver and then just take it from the shop. So
Man, it's just like you're getting
Oh, that
rebates.
Yeah, it's being subsidized by the Otari fishery.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I think maybe we like fade back in from the break, and you guys have all like re-collaborated. You've met back up with Mukta, who's come back from settling his tab, and left the Otari garrison. And I think maybe you guys wanted to swing by the library. Is that correct? You wanted to see the bodies?
Yeah, we're either going to go by the library or go by Rin's to see if she owes us a couple of healing potions, but it's up to you guys. Just want to head down to the library?
Let's go for the free stuff first. The possible free stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
You mean Rin?
Yes,
Yeah, we
please.
want to go see Rin.
I mean, Rin's closest to where you guys are, anyways. There's also, like, as you go into Rin's, you pass right by the Blades for Glades, but it doesn't sound like you guys needed to do any weapon shopping because you already got all that taken care of, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you make your way to Rin, and as you arrive at Rin's shop, it looks closed up, and Rin like kind of runs like the shop mostly by herself. The only helper that she has currently on staff is Elanir, who's kind of retreated into giving up the adventuring life to go back to Rin. And so Elanir sees you guys coming and kind of puts the finger like over his lips and kind of slips out and lets you know that like Rin is still sleeping. She's kind of a night owl, so she gets the late start on the day. He said, if you want me to, I can wake her up. Is this important?
No, it's not important.
Do you want to
I
tell
know we
him
were
that
here to.
Look
we-
up. Go ahead.
Yeah, good.
Elenia, we're here to pick up a couple of health potions. For Mukta and Clovis.
And then he like nods. He's like, "Oh right. Well, I don't want to bother her, but maybe this can help." And he like kind of fumbles at his little like pouch on his hip, I guess, and he pulls out 2 minor healing potions that Elanir had personally on him. And he says, "Well, this should cover it, right? One for each of them."
Yeah.
And he hands them over. So another thing I wanted to test for you guys, under characters, you should see another character. I tried this last week, it didn't work. I'm trying it this week. There should be a character called Trade Character. Looks like a chest. You guys see that under the character
Trade
folder?
character. Yep.
Okay, so what I did is I dragged the healing potions from Elanir's sheet to that sheet, and that's a shared loot item. So you guys can drag to and from it at will. So if you guys want to trade items, you can use that to trade it back and forth. So I see someone took one.
I took one, so Mukta,
So then
take your
Mukta,
others.
you can drag that one to your character sheet.
Very good.
But that's a cool way to like trade items back and forth without like, because you don't have access to the other sheets, so this is kind of the middleman. Or if there's something I need to give to you that I don't know who's going to get it, I can drop it here and you guys can figure it out. You can also put money in there and then like split it out or distribute the coins. So it's fun.
Before we leave, I'll just lean in closer to Elanir.
Okay.
And just whisper, remembering how he was asking a lot of questions before, I'll just say, thank you for your kindness. I'll pay you back when I can. And then I'll smile and then follow the rest of the group.
Okay. He just kind of smiles and waves you guys goodbye. Yeah. Did you guys from here? Did you want to go anywhere else? Or did you guys want to go to the Gauntlet? Like
The
your guys' game?
library.
Oh, you do want to go to the library. Okay. So, So yeah, at the library. So as you make your way over to like the Dawnflower Library, as you approach, you can see the damage looks fairly minimal. You can see what looks to be like one kind of crack in the glass on the dome. And it looks like maybe one zombie might have gotten through. But right now you see like a pile with about a few dozen zombie bodies just kind of thrown unceremoniously into a pile. And it looks like kind of like one by one, like some of the guardsmen are loading them into like carts, and then kind of like you see them like 3 men, 2 loading a zombie, dropping it onto the cart, and then the other one like, you know, getting ready to like roll the cart away. And there is a well, like, okay, so they recognize you, right? This is the one who last night you very specifically told that you did their job for them. So he kind of like looks and sees all you guys and like sees Mukta and like immediately like looks down at his feet so he doesn't have to make eye contact with you guys. And they're a little ashamed. So here in front of the temple, like kind of like talking with them, you see a little halfling woman. It's like a cleric, so she's dressed in the temple sort of attire, and she's very clearly a cleric of like Saren Ray. And when she sees you guys, she kind of like walks over to you, looking up at you guys. So maybe like eye level with Mukta, maybe a little smaller than Mukta. But she recognizes you, Nulara, and you've seen her before, because the first thing she says is like, "Aren't you the last we hired to bury some of the bodies up in the graveyard?"
It's very possible, yeah.
She says, "Looks like you didn't do such a very good job, eh?" And she kind of like points over at all like the zombies, and she laughs, and she's like, "I'm sorry. It's no offense. It's just a joke."
No, not taken. You're okay.
Everything here is in order. I mean, just some minor damage, nothing that can't be repaired. One zombie fell through the glass ceiling, knocked over a bookshelf, kind of created a domino effect, but the tomes seem intact. And I assure you, 100%, all of our artifacts are safe. And please, if you guys can do anything to help me reassure everyone, the cooperative blade, it's still intact in here. Our town's lucky charm was not disturbed last night. It's like, really, like if you could spread that word, if anyone asks, just let them know it's safe. She seems to be harping on this kind of blade.
Yeah. Was that a weapon used by the original heroes of this town?
She nods and she's like, yeah, the cooperative blade. It was the favored longsword of the famed Rose Guard member, Vol Rojani. The sword went missing shortly after her death, but luck found it back into the hands of our mayor, Osif Menhems. He graciously allows us to keep it on display here. It is the shining beacon of this town's history, and unofficially, and she puts air quotes, it's the town's good luck charm.
How long has the sword been back in its proper place here at the library?
Oh, going on 50 years now, I believe.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
I wonder if that's what the zombies were after. I say as I look at the rest of the group.
Yeah, she's kind of like thinking, she's like, I maybe have to correct myself. Maybe it's been in his possession since, 50 years or so, but I'm pretty sure it's hard. I'm all the years blend together after a while. It's been on display for at least 23 years. I know that. Maybe 24 years. I'm not so sure. She can't seem to make up her mind.
How did the prestigious mayor come upon this lucky relic?
Well, as you know, with the Rose Guard, after they defeated Belcorra, they settled down and created this town in honor of their fallen friend. And most of them, though they created the town, they didn't retire quietly, so to speak. As adventurers are off to do, they get themselves into trouble. And Vol, well, she just never returned. Eventually, her body was returned to her family, but the sword has been missing. And the Osip family, since they run, the Otari Museum, they felt like it deserved to be home in its rightful place here in the town. So he put the good word out, put a huge bounty on it, and eventually someone found it in the hands of kobolds of all people. Can you believe that?
Do any of these heroes still live here in Otari?
Oh, heavens, no. That was 500 years ago. The mayor, though, the mayor is descended from one of the Rose Guard.
Wait, but the sword was found 50 years ago?
Oh, yeah, the sword had been missing for quite a while.
Then it just popped up 50 years ago. Okay.
Found the sword, and then the town's luck turned around. We built the Giant's Wheel. I'm sure you've seen it up on top of the hill, the big windmill. It revolutionized our logging industry, and we were able to kind of pull ourselves up from the dark times. And look at us now, it's thriving.
I don't trust it.
Well, we're glad to know that such a lucky relic and such an important piece to the town is still intact. We'll be sure to spread the word.
Yeah, if anyone asks, and please, even if they don't ask, just tell them it's safe. No one has anything to worry about.
Of course.
Oh, if you excuse me, I see then there's like some other people kind of come in to like look at like all the chaos, and she runs over there and she kind of gives them the same spiel like, hey, everything's great, minor damage, the cooperative blade is fine. She's like going over the top, just like hammering this point home to everyone. There is there's a whole shop inside, so if you guys wanted to go inside and buy anything, you could. It's a very beautiful temple. Like half of it is dedicated to like books and tomes and all kinds of research topics, especially like religious texts, and the other half is set for like religious ceremonies and a small like any kind of like healing services you would need, you could get here, etc. And like right when you go in, right at the top of the steps as you come in, there is this giant display. So it's like built, it's probably like 5 feet off the ground, this nice ornate brass carved sort of altar, and then in it is a giant glass case containing a very beautifully carved longsword that almost seems to like glow. And for a sword that's like 500 years old, it's definitely not showing any signs of like wear and tear. And then the nameplate just says like Vol Rajani's blade, and then the subtext just says like on loan from Mayor Osif Menems.
This is inside the library itself, or
inside the library, exactly.
Just out of pure habit only, Mukta's going to just kind of check the display case, the windows, locks on doors, security patrols.
Sure.
Just out of pure habit, of course.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Guidance. Whee!
Were you rolling a perception check for any specific reason, Nulara?
I want to sense motive to.
Oh, on her.
The cleric, yeah.
Is sense like so? What is the sense motive skill based on? I'm not even entirely sure.
Wisdom.
It's just like a wisdom based check.
Yeah.
So it's not a perception check, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking.
Because I'm looking it up. It says wisdom. It just says wisdom.
We'll look. I'll look it up in a second. So Mukta, you give it like a once over, and you're getting a guidance from Hal as you kind of look it over.
Already.
So as far as like security systems go, it doesn't look super secure. Like anyone could like run up and commit like a smash and grab, no problem. Mm-hmm. The glass kind of surrounding it looks pretty heavy, especially with like the brass kind of bottom. So getting it in and out sneakily without anyone noticing it might be an issue. You need some sort of distraction for sure. It's kind of in the prime location right when you come up the steps, and all the guards, all the temple, both the library side and the temple side can all have eyes on this like all the time. So getting it out without anyone noticing it, that would be the real trouble here. But if you really wanted to, nothing would stop you right now from just smashing the glass, grabbing it, and running.
No, Mukta's a bit more of a professional than a mere smash and grab. Any traps?
Go from hero to 0 really quick.
And so,
any
yes.
traps?
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. No, yeah.
Like
it
windows
doesn't
from
look
above
trapped.
overlooking.
Yeah, it doesn't look trapped at all. There is like at the very, very top, because these tall dome ceilings. So we're talking like 20, 25 feet above. There looks to be some like nice stained glass sort of windows. So it would be possible to theoretically descend from the glass. But one thing that's really interesting is you like look, the way the temple's built, it's like wide open. So like there's curtains that draw like across the front, but there's no like heavy security doors. So it doesn't even look like at night this place would get locked up secure or anything.
Interesting.
It does. It does set off a little, a lot of your habits in casing the joint. You're pretty sure you could pull this off if you needed to.
Just good to know in the back of my mind if it ever came up.
Exactly. And so yeah, sense motive is a perception check. That's interesting that it rolls in a perception. So as you're like seeing this whole like fishy thing play out with this lady, you're trying to see if like she pulling one over on you. Is she trying to like deceive you? It actually, the sense you get from her Nulara talking with her isn't one of like deceit or anything fishy going on. She just seems somebody that's very nervous and is like clinging to that like icon and like using it as a symbol to like reassure everyone. So while it might come across as fishy, you're pretty sure there's nothing malicious going on. So much that she's just in over her head and she's grasping at any straw she can to reassure people.
Okay.
Very cool. So let's plan a heist, right?
Let's do it.
Don't worry, we'll give you a few sessions at least before that. We spring that on.
All right. So what's next?
Shall we head back? Continue our investigation.
Did you want
yes,
to get another potion of healing?
Oh yes, thank you.
I mean,
I bought one.
you're going to be in the front.
I'll grab.
Oh yeah, I see Clovis bought one.
Bought a lesser. Still need
Yep.
a lesser.
Yeah, I'll get a
You
lesser as well.
You bought the 12 gold one. Wow, high roller.
Oh, I can't buy it. I'll
Do you
just
not
buy
have-
it from.
Do you not have enough money for the lesson?
I have 13 gold.
Oh, but it won't let you buy it?
Yeah, like I'm at the Dawnflower
Uh-huh.
library right now. I'm clicking healing potion. It doesn't give me like an option to buy it.
Are you
just
dragging
drag
it? You got
Oh, I drag it. Right. My bad.
Oh,
my
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, there should be like a click and buy button maybe, but
Yeah, you just drag. You just gotta get used to dragging. That's it.
You should
Sounds
make
all about
that.
dragon.
You should
This-
make that.
Oh, I should.
DM?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
So I
like
walk over as we're getting ready to leave. That lady who we were talking to. I want to walk over and just.
So, question: like, who runs the logging operation over there? Who's in charge of that?
She kind of like looks like a little bit taken away, but she says, "Oh, well, the logging is actually run. The mill is run by a man known as Clorte, but he's just runs the mill, and keeps that up to date. But there's a handful of families, like for instance, the mayor. The mayor is very, very heavily involved in the logging industry here, as are I'm blanking on the name, but there's like 3 families in town, and they all kind of like have like a third share of the market, although the mayor kind of has the biggest share of the market.
Okay.
So I think it's let me see. It was Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to give you wrong information, but just know that there are like three families.
Okay, perfect.
And the mayor is one of the three.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
just say
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right. Are we going back to the Gauntlet, or are we gonna take some downtime? What are we doing?
What time is it?
It is just now pushing past. You guys got up around 9, and with all the stuff you've been doing, it's just past 10.
I
Just
think
past
we
10
should swing back around by the graveyard and make sure everything is okay for you, and then we head back to the lighthouse.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Right from where the Dawnflower Library is, if you go around back, they've kind of like been sweeping up all of the bodies, and you see them like loading them onto carts. And now that the cart's loaded, they're kind of rolling it like not up towards the graveyard. They're actually rolling the bodies like away from the graveyard, which is a little curious. But as you kind of come around up the side of the cliff, is this sort of steep path that's kind of cut back and forth that would allow you to go from the library straight up to the graveyard. It's just like, it's a very mild hike. It's nothing for you guys, but it doesn't see much use around here. So it only takes, 5-10 minutes to climb up this little hike and get to the graveyard.
As
And-
we're walking,
Mhm.
I'd like to look at everyone and just ask, so what do you guys feel about this attack with them maybe aiming for the blade?
I'm not sure it was the blade. I mean, if I was going to jump off the cliff to get to the town as fast as I could, I would do it right here. But I don't know. That is just me. Perhaps there are other signs of travel around the graveyard, and maybe they jump down from different areas. But people just said go to the library because it's the library.
True.
I think we'll find answers back at the lighthouse.
But it's also the sun's too high up on the sky right now. Do you guys think we'll find answers this early in the day?
Well, let me
I would
rephrase that. We'll find answers under the lighthouse.
I second that idea. I think we need to go in there and go at least down some steps. I mean, we need to delve deeper to see more. Unless you want to fight the land dragon or the swamp dragon or I don't know what they said. It's one of those things.
I think it was a swamp dragon, but I mean, we already defeated 2 dragon pets. What the third, huh?
That's true. All right.
And as you guys kind of finish this conversation, you get to the top of the graveyard, and you spent some time here in New Lara. It's always been a very peaceful, very mellow, very unpopulated sort of place. Like, most people don't bother coming all the way up here unless there's like an active sort of funeral going on. So you're used to kind of being up here mostly in isolation, and it's outside of being, full of dead bodies, a very peaceful, very nicely maintained plot of land. But it almost hurts your heart a little bit to just look around and you just see like holes in all these graves. Like, it doesn't look like not every grave has been like turned over, right? But looking at it, probably like a good 20% of the graveyard is just, you can see where things have clawed their way out of holes and like just left this sort of like indentation of like turned up dirt. It's not a hole, right? But it's like churned up dirt, and you can just feel the scale of what actually happened last night. Wow. And there's still a giant dead spider corpse.
Spider.
I don't know if anyone's dealt with. I think maybe like some of the, like one of the like local like people interested in like the oddities and stuff. Probably the owner of the Odd Stories. It's like a little wizard guy that he has like kind of like red hair and like big thick glasses, and he wears almost like a really tight like cap across the top of his head. Not as old as you might think. It's not like, you picture wizards being like, but this guy's like probably in his like mid 30s, and he's definitely like looking around at the spider and like picking at it and like writing stuff in his journal, and he like looks up at you guys and kind of like waves at you, but continues just taking measurements of the creature and things like that. Speaking of which, did you guys ever sell the venom and get money for it?
We did not sell the venom yet.
You didn't
Did
get
we?
your money
The
for
oil?
it. It was the oil, right? Not the venom, right? It was oil, not venom.
Oil in the skulls and the what is it? The water skin.
The water skin. So hopefully, when you remember to rinse out the oil skin before you drink it.
Did we sell it? I don't recall.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I don't think we had a chance to get the money on it yet.
Utah still has it. What are you doing with that stuff, man?
I thought we did at the end of the section, and then Nulara was going to be holding the party funds. 40 gold or something.
Oh, was that where you got the money to split? Maybe it was.
Oh, I'd have to look at the chat
Oh,
to
yeah,
remember.
maybe.
Yeah, because you guys did split some money, right?
We did split some money. Yeah, where else would we have got money? That's a good.
Yeah,
Well, there
'cause-
was 18 gold from the paintings.
The paintings and like 20 gold from the Scalathrax oil.
Yeah.
So it sounds about right.
Yeah, it's not all right.
Okay.
I know someone who'd be completely offended by the state of the graveyard right now.
Who's that?
I don't know. I'm actually trying to remember her name, but I remember knowing someone who'd be offended.
Do all the tracks lead over to the lighthouse, Nulara, or do they? I mean, I don't know where most of the people are buried here. Perhaps we could take a look around and see if they jumped off at other areas or
Yeah.
just the library.
I'll go take a look.
Yeah, you guys want to take some time to do this? Why don't you guys, as you guys are like kind of spending some time looking this over, let's see, this would probably be because there is no investigation. So just give me perception checks.
Perception, right?
It's all rolled
Alright.
into like perception, yeah. So if that's what you guys want to do, if like everyone wants to do this, then you can do this. If you guys want to do something else for the next, 10, 15, 30 minutes as you investigate this, then you guys can let me know what you want to do with your time instead and make separate rolls. But otherwise, just give me a perception check as you guys investigate.
While they go and do that, I'll be going to talk to Morlabint.
Okay.
No.
Oh man, natural one.
I'm just playing my music, not really looking around. I'm just following Nulara strumming.
Yeah. So as you try to it's not so much like, you're not really like, the tracks are easy to find. It's not like you're trying to track tracks as much as you're just kind of trying to make sense of what happened last night. And you kind of go over, follow the track, look over the edge, look and see. The one thing you notice is like the most dominating object from here looking out over the town is the library. So your eye is just like constantly being drawn to the library, and it looks beautiful, right? The big domes and stuff like that. You're not, you're trying to figure out like if they were attacking the library specifically, right? What is it?
If they were,
at?
if they were jumping off at the library only, or if they were jumping off at other places as well.
Like
Right.
stragglers.
Yeah. So the majority of the tracks are concentrated towards the library, but not all of them, right? Like finding the tracks leading, there's a few that lead out towards like a little bit more north of the library, and even some, like you look down the cliff and you do even notice one or two zombies that have fallen and died closer to like the town, like up in this area more. So it definitely doesn't look like it was a 100% concentrated attack on the library for what it's worth. So you guys are able to notice a few that seem to go in different direction. And there was a bunch that you guys even fought because they didn't go anywhere. They just kind of like stood up and then like attacked you when you came by, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it's apparent that the lighthouse is bringing spirits from the graveyard. It's not like they're just creating a ghost on the fly. So I wonder if when they bring these ghosts, if it's always going to be coming from this graveyard.
I'm trying to wonder who the puppet master would be. Belcorra.
Perhaps we could find more clues at the lighthouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they
This
break
is a
into
good time.
anything here?
Yeah, and it's daylight, so there's going to be no ghost, hopefully.
Oh,
Light
that's
can't
true.
make ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to break into here, right? You look around, there's a few mausoleums that are like closed up, but for the most part, it's a fairly featureless graveyard.
Oh yeah, when we were in the graveyard, remember there was a building, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of like
Oh.
little mausoleums and such.
Yeah, we didn't explore them or anything.
Mm-mm. So as you guys are kind of doing this, the camera pans over and you can see Mukta walks over, and yeah, this man's name, this little like red-haired, wizardly looking guy, his name is Morbilent. And so he like is like wiping like, you know, slimy, like oily, like spider guts, because he's like, you know, elbow deep in this thing. So he's like wiping it off on the little scarf, and he goes to like shake your hand, Mukta. Oh, are you, is this your handiwork?
Well, afterwards, it mostly was my friend Nulara back there. But I noticed you kind of maybe observing this creature, taking notes on it, perhaps?
Well, I would never pass up an opportunity to learn something. I mean, how often does one get to see a Scalathrax?
True. The Scalathrax, you say? Where do these creatures come from?
Oh, that's the interesting thing. Like, never from around here. These things usually roam the Darklands, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I thought I'd better help you with your investigation. You see, me and my friends, after we had defeated it, I harvested some oil glands right from there and there and there. So you might want to note that down.
Oh, thank you. He like starts like filling in his books. And how much would you say? Because are we talking like a pint of a water skin? You know, the preferred wizardly measurement unit. We like to use empty human skulls. How many empty human skulls of oil did it take?
Well, wouldn't you know?
As a matter of fact, yeah.
About 20 gold worth of empty human skulls worth of oil.
Oh, very. And he's like writing down the notes. And so then he's like, so if I'm not, I don't know, I don't always like to believe the rumors, but you guys were here when this arrived, right? So like, did it come out of the forest? Did it like come out of one of these graves? Like, where did this thing come from?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. There was a light coming from the lighthouse.
Right. I saw the blue light. It kind of was ominous, hard to miss.
Yes, it's flashed pretty brightly, and then after that, this creature appeared.
Almost as if some sort of conjuration magic, perhaps? Interesting.
I couldn't say for sure, but seems like you are maybe more of an expert on that subject, yes?
I really wish I would have been here for like firsthand knowledge. Like, you know, I wouldn't fight the thing, but maybe if you have a chance, you might come by my shop later and we can make an arrangement. I might be able to extract some of your memories so I could see what happened firsthand.
Well, like I said, me personally, I was not quite as involved in this fight, but maybe one of my companions who got more up close and personal with it, yes?
No, I mean, sure, yeah. Whoever is willing, I firsthand knowledge is going to be key in understanding what happened here.
You seem a man of great knowledge and understanding. Yes. I don't know why I'm turning Russian, but
I would like to think myself full of knowledge, but I think it's important to never stop learning. I would never presume to think I knew enough. If that makes sense.
the hardest part of knowing something is knowing what you don't know.
Oh, that sounds like something your mother would have said.
It is. You're quite the astute man, huh? Do you happen to speak different languages and such?
How did you know your mother?
I mean, I have access to, like, you know, the ability to comprehend any written language or spoken language.
Are you familiar with the language of the Serpents? Aklo, I think it's commonly referred to.
Oh, that's a very disturbing language, but yes.
Anyone in your knowledge who might have spoken that language? Any tales of any myths around the area?
Nobody I can think of that comes to mind. There was... I mean, not for hundreds of years, at least. I had some adventurers that had, you know, been poking around the ruins, that had come across a few books that were in that language, and from what I understand is they belong to a scientist of some sort named Volok.
Volok.
Yeah, he kept his journals in Aklo. It must have been his native language. Interesting experiments. I wish I had gotten my hands on more of those notes, but alas, I paid for what I got.
Anything in those notes about giant bird dolls?
As a matter of fact, I believe he did make mention. Oh, what was it? Mr. Squawks, I think, something to that effect. Apparently, it's what we call in our line a soulbound doll, where a person will trap a creature's soul into a gem and insert it into a puppet, so to speak, and that soul inhabits this construct's body.
Sounds quite foul magic, if I'm going to be honest.
I don't like to think of any magic as foul. It's just what you do with it. In this case, there's no doubt in my mind that this Volok was a cruel, foul person.
Fair point. Well, thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge. If my companions are agreeable, we'll make sure to stop by your shop. What is it called again?
It was called Odd Stories.
Odd Stories, yes. And maybe you can take a peek in their mind and see this Skrillex? Skrillex is what you called it? Quite an interesting name.
Scalathrax.
Scalathrax, yes.
Or Skrillex. I like that. Maybe we should call it a Skrillex. Starts writing.
It's it's the haircut shaved down the side that got me off.
And if you're going to be poking around those ruins more, if you come across any interesting books, just give me first purchasing dibs.
You'll be first on my list, I'm sure.
Yep. So you can go back and meet back up with the rest of the crew.
And I explain the conversation I just had.
Okay.
He wants to read our minds?
I mean, sometimes, it's hard to do the right thing.
Well, I figured you all had more of a direct part in that fight, so maybe you would be more useful in that kind of thing. I told him, I didn't agree, of course, but I told him we might think about it. He seemed quite a knowledgeable fellow.
Would you do it, Hal?
I mean, it's like they want me to be perfect. I don't know. There's one thing I know for sure. I don't want nobody in my head.
Me too. It sounds very invasive.
Yes, that's why I actually told him about you all instead.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
But we don't have to. We can. He said if we find any interesting books or probably anything arcane, he might be interested.
He'd also be a good resource to, like, if you have trouble identifying what something does, he'd probably be a good resource to just keep in mind.
He seemed quite a font of knowledge.
Yeah. So,
He's so weird.
are we heading back to the ruins now? Are we having this conversation on the way?
Yes, I think
Yes.
so. Shall we go?
Let's go.
Yes. Walking montage.
Yep, walking montage.
Oh, look at that bird. That's so nice.
Yeah, we arrive back at the what is that? You have 2 condition markers on you. I don't know what they are.
The birds.
They're it was when I got poisoned, I think.
Oh, I see. I had to like add clumsy and take it off you, and then it got taken away. That's weird.
Oh, I'm trying to take it off. It won't come off.
Right click it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. So yeah, so it's daytime, right? And you come back to the keep, and you know it's only been a little bit more than 12 hours since you guys left. And from the outside, it looks pretty much the same as it did yesterday. So you guys can go ahead and lead wherever you'd like to lead.
Good thing we have a map. Where's our map?
Oh, the map. Yeah, let me see. Make sure these are shared with you.
Who has the map?
Well, it was written in chalk on the wall, and I think
Oh, here.
Elenir might have made a copy of it.
It's under handouts.
So it's under.
So like the journal entries, Abomination vaults, and then handouts, and then maps.
And you can see you have access to those. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. So I can pop it up for you too. So these are the 2 maps that he's sharing you. The first one is obviously his rendering of this layer, this level, and then the second rendering is his description of what it looked down below. And like what he described, just to recap too, is that him and his Mitflits used to live down on the second level, content to be down there, when they were attacked and assaulted and forced out of their lair by the mushroom-eyed people. And then they fled to the surface through the swamp dragon's lair when the swamp dragon was out hunting, came up to the surface, and then chased out a bunch of kobolds that were living in the keep and claimed it until you guys came and took it back.
Mukta, do you remember the stairs, the secret stairs that you found yesterday?
They were in the main kind of temple area. Well, on the side room, at least, from where we fought those, where you punched the ghost.
Oh, right. Oh, I think I remember where that is.
If we want to go that way, I can lead the way.
I mean, it seems like a lead, because I don't understand these maps.
It was written by Bosgrang. He's not the best star. It's also written by
I mean, I've had to go off some worse maps before in certain jobs. I think we can take the stairs down that I found. Or, I mean, if you're all willing, I am. We can maybe go down the swamp dragon's lair.
Oh, that's on the island where the bird doll was, right?
I think so. It seems to correspond to that shape and that location from the stairs that we found.
You guys were in a democracy.
I'm sorry, Nulara.
No,
I was
go
just
ahead,
going
Mel.
to say, now that the bird is gone, perhaps Mukta, you want to get to look around that room? I mean, I would imagine something must be there besides the shiny, that the little weird person had? I mean, maybe there's something in there that's more.
Seemed pretty smashed up in there, but we could always take a look.
Lead the way, you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and lead the way. Yep. You guys continue moving through the keep, and it seems pretty quiet here.
I'm lost. Oh. See if I can. Do I keep closing the door? Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
Nulara learns how doors work. Yep, back in the main hall.
Do we want to go? I guess we can go through here.
So that door is still like closed. And
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
'cause
remember
we
on the other
climbed
side,
through.
Oh yeah, we
the
have
ceiling,
to climb it.
yeah, the ceiling collapsed against the door to make it hard, and I think Nulara and possibly even the Scorpion tried to bust it down and were unable to.
Looks like we're going around the long way.
Yep. So, fairly uneventful as you guys move around. What are your guys' exploration activities right now as you're moving around?
I am avoiding notice ahead of everyone.
Okay, so you're going up ahead and just trying to be as stealthy as possible. Perfect.
Yep.
Everyone else?
Just scouting.
Scouting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you my.
Perfect.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
scouting.
do I see what I see what I see?
Oh,
What do you mean? What do you mean? You think you're moving ahead of everyone. You're moving ahead of everyone in a fairly stealthy manner, as far as you can tell.
No, I mean there's a token down here that I
Oh
can.
yeah. This token down here is actually it's a dead corpse that had been. It was there even when you guys came earlier. It had been
This is
slumped
the one
against
that
the
was
wall.
propped on the door, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys moved it out of the way of the door when you came through, so it's that same corpse. It looks like a
Okay.
token, but it's just a dead corpse. They
I
picked
was
it
like,
clean. That's where your +1 rapier actually came from.
Okay, I was like, is no one else seeing this random guy?
Got it. Yeah.
So, did you guys go through that door?
They all went out to that back island where you fought the Birdman, and you went into the creepy
yeah.
temple.
Trying to move two guys. Keep up.
I see, yeah. Yep. Okay. So you come kind of through this hall of portraits again, and there's still the one picture that's left, and I think the only picture that's left is the one of the Gauntlight Keep, right? Or is it the one, because there was one you left, because there's Belcorra, there was the picture of the Gauntlight Keep, there's one that was missing a photo, and then there's one of the city in flames with the ghost rising out of it. I don't remember which one you took, but there's one left.
I think
We didn't
took
take the
1 and
fire.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
1 and 4. So. No, 2 and 4. Sorry.
2 and 4, yeah.
Yeah, so if you wanted to stop, there's you know that at the very least, Ren is interested in purchasing these things.
I'm going to turn back to the group. The floor is a little bit dangerous in here. I don't think we should all go and explore.
I would be in the agreement, and I kind of push Mukta on his shoulder. I think you should go first.
All right.
Yep.
I will carefully make my way through the room looking for anything that might be of interest.
Right. So long as you move very slowly, very carefully, very measured steps, you can basically take short actions without having to make any kind of checks. If you try to move faster, more than 5 feet a move, then that's when you start running into issues. So you kind of peek in. This shop is completely destroyed. Just tons and tons of glass everywhere, broken desks. You can see where shelves and desks and maybe other equipment used to be. But as you pick your way carefully through this sort of like destroyed place, it doesn't look like anything here seems to have been left undestroyed. So nothing jumps out at you as being valuable. It was probably very valuable when it was all like assembled, when all the glass was together, but now it's just unfortunately not.
It seems
What about
weird that they have something in here protecting this area if there's nothing in here.
I think that creature did this as well. Maybe during when other adventurers like ourselves maybe tried to make their way here, during fights things get smashed. Yes.
Yes, that makes sense.
But
Perhaps, maybe, perhaps at one point he was a real bird.
Could be.
any like papers or anything like that kind of notes, manuscripts, manifestos?
I think looking through it, it doesn't appear like any sort of paper that was here has like been like molded and decayed over like the last 500 years or so, and there's no like anything that was like easily accessible that did stand the test of time probably has already been picked clean from here. You get the sense people have already kind of come through here and picked a lot of this clean. Maybe even some of those books that Morlibent talked about probably came from here, but unfortunately, no.
So no manifesto revealing all of the big bad secrets and plots?
There is one, but you just didn't find it. Sorry.
Damn.
It's on the back side of the picture. You didn't
Yeah.
see the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But-
so like
So
yeah,
we're gonna roll up that picture. We're gonna sell anyways, right?
Well, we sold it already. We gave it to Rin already.
No, there's still one we didn't take.
right. Yeah.
When we leave, I could try to take it.
So the other thing too is like in this little workshop, right? There's these two doors, and I see that Hal's like kind of gone through one of them. So one of them this way, like on this side, is like I see the doors open. So it's like a little closet. It's just shelves that are laden with tools, lumber, planks. It's like just a tiny 10-foot tall square room. But it looks like a supply closet of some sort. Just very like covered in cobwebs and nothing that looks valuable, but it is a workshop. And so like Nulara, it looks like you go in there and maybe like take a peek around, and you do actually notice like there's like this bucket that is kind of like tipped over a little bit, and from behind it you can see underneath a fairly large silver key.
Oh, I found a key.
Yeah, wait, okay, wait. I thought I put something
That will
here,
have
but
to
I
go
don't-
to something.
I don't see it, so I'm gonna drag and drop it again. Where is it? I want to try this.
Oh, on my character sheet.
No.
On the trading character.
No. Where is it? I made this thing.
Do you have a key?
Maybe
Yeah. I
didn't-
was under this bucket.
Oh, it is here.
Hmm.
Oh, it's right under your token. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay, so I'm
Perhaps
gonna.
I should have listened to you, lady.
Okay. Do you see the treasure chest next to you?
Yeah.
You should be able to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One
it's a
moment.
large silver key.
If you don't mind, Nulara, would you mind maybe stepping out of the room for a moment?
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yep.
I'm
Give me-
going to.
You're gonna do that. You're looking for traps, like you're always looking for traps, right?
Yep.
Give me an active perception check. This isn't even a passive one. You're actively like searching now. So go ahead and give me a roll.
Yep.
Yep. So you kind of like peek through the room. It definitely doesn't look trapped. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It looks like, this key was probably resting under this bucket. Something recently shifted the bucket, and now it's kind of revealed this key, and nobody bothered to look under it before. It's not even like a chest. There's no chest or anything. It's just a key sitting on a shelf, and it looks fairly Dangerous.
Oh, so there's no chest. I thought that we found a key and then there was a chest right next to the key.
Oh no, sorry. The chest is just my way of giving you the treasure from the room, even if there's
Oh.
not actually a chest there. That's just the icon that opens the treasure for the room.
Okay.
So,
It was your find, Nulara, so why don't you take it?
yep. So you can add that character sheet, or you can drag the key to your character sheet if you're going to be the one that takes it. And then
it must go somewhere, like Clovis said.
Even if it doesn't, like you look it over, especially like Mukta with your like thief sense. It's made of pure silver, so it's pretty valuable even on its own. And the other door, right? You look, and there is like a stairwell that seems to spiral down, Hal, and it looks like it's covered in like moss and fungus. And from the state of like the growth and like the thin slime like covering the stairs and stuff, it doesn't look like these stairs are very off traveled.
Wait, is this the way to the swamp dragon's lair? If we go down this?
It could be. It correlates to the position on the map, I think, unless there is something on the other side of this building that we haven't checked yet.
Do you think they've got all of the treasure from the Birdman room and they took it downstairs? Or shall we just lock the door and be on our way?
I mean, if you all don't want to see a dragon's treasure hoard, then we can, of course, go the other way, but there's stairs right here.
I start heading down the stairs because there's dragon's treasure hoard.
Okay. So I will move your guys'
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy.
I mean, I will point out that, like, Clovis specifically took a familiar that can scout for you guys, but he's not bringing that up, which is hilarious, so that's okay.
Oh no, where'd everyone go?
Did it delete your tokens?
I don't know. Everyone just disappeared.
We're all in the little.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Are you gonna move us to a different map?
I'm about to move you to a different map, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about ready to bring that up, but they're excited about the dragon.
Okay, so yeah, the spiral staircase kind of descends down. The one thing absolutely that happens as you descend downward here is there's no more ambient light coming from like the upstairs. As you go down, it gets pitch black down here. So those of you that don't have dark vision can't see without some sort of light.
So, as it starts to get dark, I will make dancing lights and concentrate as we move.
Okay. You should be able to. I think I put those as droppables for you, right? I think I did under.
Yep.
Under.
So my familiar has dark vision, but I can't see him to even click on him to see.
Well, you would only see it if you use that action to go into its senses for like a minute at a time,
Good
right?
point.
You don't just always see out of it.
Yep.
But he can see, yeah. So under character spell summons, I put dancing lights for you, Rick, and I think you should have the permissions to drag them into the game.
Under character spell summons.
Yeah, do you see it?
Where am I looking for?
Under the actors tab, there should be a dancing light summon.
Spell summons. Nope, just the trade character and Halarmony. Moni.
Did you open? Even if you open the folder, you don't see anything in the spell summons folder.
If you do anything for me, Steve, I have light, just regular
yeah.
light, 20-foot radius.
Okay, what do you want to put it on? Yourself or like one of your items? That's one of your cantrips, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I can put light on you.
I can put it on Mushi, right?
You could.
Yeah, I'll put it on him so he'll kind of be in front of us.
Okay.
That's so crazy. It's actually bright.
Let's see. So Mushi would be... Light would be... I think it's 2040, right?
Just a 20-foot radius.
Ah!
Oh, wow. That intensity is too high. It defaults the intensity too high. That's too low.
This is really cool, though.
Okay. So there now Mushi should be lit up, and so now everyone should be able to see. So the one thing about dancing lights is it is a sustain spell to keep the lights up, Rick.
Yep.
So as long as you're
Yep.
keeping the dancing lights up, that's going to be your like exploration activity. But it
Yep.
definitely doesn't lead to any, as far as you can tell, it doesn't lead to any sort of like, you know, dragon's lair. It's just like a little staircase that kind of ends down into this little tiny hallway that seems to go both east and west.
Is there any? Does the muck on the stairs go any way from the T intersection? Does it seem to go more left or more right, or can I tell?
It doesn't look like there's any footprints or anything that seems to lead one way or another. The only real footprints that you're noticing are the ones that you guys are kind of leaving as you step through them, you know? The moss kind of comes to this kind of center square and fills that center square, but going like east and west, it like gradually fades each way. It really, honestly, it looks like nothing has come this way in some time. And definitely doesn't seem big enough for a dragon. The door at the end of the hall that you move down to, Clovis, that door is locked. But, you know, the one that you move to and you check, Mukta, the one on your side looks unlocked.
Do either of these doors appear to be trapped?
Not that you have noticed with your perception checks you've been secretly having, no.
All right.
If you want to stop, like with your passive trap checking, it hasn't gone off. If you want to stop and do an active check, you can give me another active roll. That's fine. No problem being overly prepared.
I'd probably, doors especially, I would actively.
Sure, yeah. So give me a perception check on that.
All right.
All right. You look it over. It doesn't look trapped. It doesn't even look locked. It does look, you know, some wear and tear. It's probably going to be pretty squeaky when you open it. Because
you're rolling privately too, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because like with these checks, like he's not really supposed to see what he gets, but I see it.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you're pretty sure with your perception that it's gonna make some noise if you open it. It'd be really hard to open this quietly. And, you know, not like it's gonna fall apart, but it's gonna if you open it. The hinges are pretty rusty.
We didn't keep any of that oil, did we?
No.
Nobody picks up.
Does anybody know how to pick? Do we have anybody in our group that can pick locks?
I don't think there's anybody like that. Not a person.
Didn't you pick a lock before, Mukta? Or was I imagining?
Are you lying to me?
Never, my friend, never. Maybe a little. In fact, I already picked the lock on this door when you weren't looking.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go and open the door if you want.
It seems not
Still
the most
locked?
quiet door, but shall I open it?
Should we step back or?
No, I don't think there's any danger that I could tell, but this door might alert anything on the other side.
How about if it's already open, I can be at the front with my shield up.
That works for me.
All right. Excuse me. And then all right.
A little shuffle sideways. Yeah.
Excellent idea.
Okay.
With my shield up,
I enter. What's it called? Shield up. So you're ready to
defend.
Yeah, defend. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You open the door, and just like Mukta said, it kind of creaks pretty loudly. The hinges, like you can feel like metal on metal is like the rust that's been held for like who knows how long starts to like break free. Boy. It creaks, and you like immediately are like on the defensive, but it opens into an empty room. So this room shares the feature of both a bedroom and a study, although the decor is devoid of any touches of personality, as if anything of sentimental value had been removed.
Any buckets with silver keys underneath them?
Okay, yeah, you guys kind of move in and start tossing the room. It really does look like anything of value here has been long taken, but there is a slip of paper, like kind of in one of the drawers on the desk. It doesn't look like much. It's not a full book or anything, but there is a slip of paper that is written in it's written in that Aklo language.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was Mukta that could speak it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mukta, you recognize the language as Aklo, and as you look over it, it almost looks like a list of book titles that are like in one handwriting, and the titles translate roughly into What the Worm Knows, Grave Feasts, and Secrets of the Skull. Okay, and then at the bottom there's a second handwriting that doesn't match the first, and what it says is, transcription will take months, but I'll try to have these books back to you as soon as possible, my love.
It looks like a library card. And I tell them what it says.
But if the books were here, they're definitely not currently, because this place is fairly pickling. And again, there are doors heading north and south out of the room.
So
Their
which way,
form
guys?
of foreplay is very odd.
Are we going south or are we going to go north?
I'm going to check both doors for traps.
Yep. Give me 2 rolls. Okay, you check the one on the south first. It seems similar to the first one in that the locks are the hinges are pretty rusty and jammed, and it's probably going to squeak, and not be the most quiet of openings. But otherwise, it doesn't look trapped, and it doesn't seem to be locked. Same with the north side door as well.
These doors appear the same to me. There doesn't is no apparent danger. Do we want to continue, or maybe go back to the locked door in the hallway?
No, I could take a peek at this one with my shield up again.
Yeah, we're here. Let's just look.
Excuse me.
Okay. So you like raise your shield.
Wow.
You step into the room, kind of like on the defensive. So I'll pause you right there while I read this. 1 second. Let me move. I'm going to move you back to when you first came in.
Oh, okay.
No reason. So here's what you see when you step in. You have your shield on the defensive for sure. A large metal table fitted with leather straps and iron-on bands sit in the center of this room. A strange contraption that seems to be part spyglass and part mechanical drill sits near the head of the table. A sparkling black gemstone glitters in a metal framework built into this machine's side. So that's what you see when you come into the room.
Does the gemstone look like the gemstone we found with the bird doll?
It definitely has some similar features, although this one is not as clean cut. The one that you found before was cut almost to look like a little battery, whereas this one looks a bit more spherical. And definitely a lot bigger.
I'm telling you guys, their way of foreplay does not sound fun.
Yeah, and the table itself looks to be like a giant sort of like lump of flesh just laying on the table.
Is it moving?
Make a perception check for me. Yeah. You looking at it and you're trying to see if there's any movement whatsoever. It does not look to be, well, no, yeah, it doesn't look to be, well, yeah, okay. So I should have rolled that secretly. So here's the thing. It doesn't look to be moving, but you actually rolled really high, and I wanted to roll an active stealth check for this thing. I guess you don't even need. He has like a passive stealth, and you beat it. So here's the thing: it looks like a lump of flesh, and as you like kind of step in the room and looking at it, it doesn't react to you, right? And then slowly you start watching it, and it kind of like seems like it starts sensing your presence, and then this giant wobbling like lump of flesh that previously looked lifeless begins to like kind of stir. And it is alive, and this thing looks like it's about to come alive.
It's moving. Do you want to?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
There's something in here.
Like,
Go back and close the door.
Okay.
Yep. So you okay. So yeah, you move back, you close the door, and then a moment later you can hear like a thud of like wet flesh hitting, like falling off the table and hitting the floor. And you can hear it on the other side of the door, like coming, and it's now like banging against the door, like it's trying to get through.
Oh boy.
Let's move this furniture against the door, perhaps.
I'm with you there.
Yep. So you like go, you like give me a crafting check as you guys brace the door.
I point out. I'll tell you where to put the furniture, and you can move it, Lara.
I can't. Even if I'm untrained, can I do a crafting check with his aid?
Yes. Well, he's not really aiding unless you want to make an active aid check. It sounds like he's just not getting his hands dirty.
Oh, he's just pointing it.
I don't know. Are you making like an active help check, like an aid check, Mukta?
Well, yeah. I mean, so yeah, I'd be helping her.
So then make a crafting check, and then depending on how you roll, it shows then if you aided it or not. Yeah, 13. Oh, that's new, Lara. So let's see. Very good. So that
nice.
That 25 is going to be a critical success, which gives Nulara a +2 to her crafting check. That takes Nulara from a 13 to a 15, which is enough to like do a pretty good job of like reinforcing this door, pushing the desk up against it. And this, whatever this thing is on the other side, it seems to like be banging, but you guys seem to have done a good job, at least, of like reinforcing the door. The sounds lets you know it's not giving up, but it's not getting through either.
What does that sound, Clovis? Is Nulara punching the ghosts again?
Maybe.
That was disgusting. Did you see that? It was like...
It was a little bit creepy.
It was a fleshy thing.
So...
do we want to check the other door, or maybe let's...
I don't know.
There's like the
Is that
bang
machine,
banging against the door.
The machine bringing dead back to life?
I saw that. Was the creature strapped on? Because I remember you said that there were straps and chains.
There were straps like hanging there, but whatever, this lump of flesh didn't look like it was strapped down. It definitely doesn't have like a humanoid shape. Even if you saw it like kind of get up, it took the form almost of like a worm. So let's see. I think I can share at least. As it got up before you closed the door, this is a good look at like what you saw.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like a wormy creature, like, big toothy maw at the top. Definitely not humanoid.
It didn't look friendly at all.
We don't want to kill it and see what else is in there? Could be important, or should we just keep exploring, keep it locked up?
I mean, I guess Eleanor almost got eaten by one of those, but it was smaller.
That's true.
Or something like it.
It reminds me of a bard's tale I heard when I was young of graboids. Foul, gigantic worms that hunt beneath the sand, sensing any movement.
Yeah, this
a
thing
famed
keeps...
adventurer, Sir Bacon, fought them quite a few times.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon. Tremors. All right,
it's still banging on the door. I'm gonna let it roll checks every so often.
So are we going to fight this, or are we going to leave?
Well, I feel that if it bursts through the door, we'd have no choice but to fight it. It's either
better do it now than you open the other door and another one comes from the other side.
I hate insects.
For a moment, there's like a banging on that north side door that kind of like startles you, but then you turn and look and you can see it's just Mushi messing with you.
Oh, Mushi!
I mean, we could leave this room, close the other door, and go check the locked door.
And then when we're opening that locked door, it breaks through that door and then that other door, and then we have to fight two. Or Nulara has to fight two, and you two, Mukta. I will just stand here and play my music.
Yep.
Well,
so if you guys want to do this, go ahead and position yourselves wherever you think is best.
Well, depends on where we're going. Are we going to pick the lock or go north?
I think the plan is to set up defense here, right, and fight it.
I
It's
guess
so
so.
small.
It is quite a small space.
Yeah, very
Perhaps you open the door, and then you move back to the doorway, and Mukta can come stab it from the side. And what was that coldness that you were shooting out of your hand, Clovis? You can do that, and I can stand here and hope nobody dies.
Sounds like
Okay. I got you. I got you guys.
I'd like to try to hide on the bed against the wall as much as possible.
Yeah. Do you want to like tip the bed and like kind of position it, or do you want to hide under the bed? Like, how are you noticing this, or how do you want to do this?
Probably tip the bed so I have more room to maneuver.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. So you can go ahead and start this with the stealth roll.
coming out.
Yeah, the door. So you guys start getting position. The door bangs loose finally. The like pushes the desk back, like slides back. The door flings open. Oops. And yeah, let's go ahead and do some combat, everyone. Let's say, go ahead and add yourself to the initiative tracker and roll your initiative. Hal is still sustaining the dancing lights. Nulara, are you raising your shield here, like defending?
Yes.
Okay. Mukta's hiding or doing the void notice for the stealth roll. So Clovis, what kind of active thing are you doing here?
I'm just sitting in the doorway waiting to hear it so I can step in and attack it.
Okay. Yeah. So even
So I'm
getting the
just
bonus
actively listening for him.
Yep. So yeah, it busts in. Let me see something real quick. That might be a bit too epic. Let's do this. Okay, we start combat. Mukta,
I turn to where Mukta was. I'll be like, I hate worms.
Yeah.
And then just...
it like smashes the door, but it's still standing there. You have your shield raised. Good. It doesn't get its turn yet, so it's just smashing the door. Mukta, you are hidden.
Yep. I mean, I don't have much. I'm going to. Can I throw a dagger at it when it comes through?
Yeah,
You
you
can
can
delay.
Move down. Yeah, there you go. Delay.
Yeah, or you could delay your turn until after someone else.
Do I? Can I? I don't want to delay. Can I hold an?
Yeah.
Ready an
So
attack.
you can ready a dagger, like get the dagger out and ready to throw. It takes 2 actions to ready the attack, and then when it comes through, you can go ahead and attack it.
That's fine because I don't want to delay because it'll be flat-footed against me when I.
Perfect.
Mm.
Yep. No, that's perfectly fine. So 2 actions to hold the attack. You still have 1 free action if there's anything you want to do with it.
Hide a little bit more. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Hide harder.
You can take cover. Take cover behind the bed would give you like +4 AC bonus if it does try to attack you.
Take cover.
Yep, because you float the bed. Okay. Perfect. It gets its turn next. So it, even though the Nular is on the defensive and on the ready, but it bursts through. It has surprising strength, and it has a surprising speed. So it like comes through, kind of catches you off guard, Nulara. So it uses 1 action to like kind of like step into the room, so it can actually like engage with you. You do have your
dagger.
Yep, that's true. You go ahead. It pops out. Toss that dagger. You are flat. It is flat-footed against you.
All right.
See if those daggers in the marketplace do their job. 17 misses. So you hit.
Oh
right?
wow.
Oh, did you mark flat-footed?
I did.
Okay, actually, because it doesn't calculate the thing. So 17
No.
with it flat-footed, it does hit. Just barely.
Okay.
So because you catch it surprised, the dagger flies out, stabs it. Go ahead and roll damage on that. All right. 9 points of piercing, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It takes the full 9 points of damage. Okay,
Nice.
so one action to move in. The second action it's going to use to do a mouth attack. So it stands up on its like little wormy body, and it's pretty much eye level with you, Nulara. Like it's pretty big. It's like a medium-sized creature, and it tries to like take its giant worm head and latch onto your head, similar to what happened to Elenir. So
okay.
Let's see. That's a 19.
Misses.
Misses.
That's plus 14.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It misses because you got your shield raised.
Yeah.
Yep. So it tries to grab you and it's unable to.
Oh boy.
So I guess with its second action, it's just gonna do it again. That's all it really has.
Oh boy.
That's a crit.
I'm blocking it with my shield.
I
a
heard
crit.
that noise.
So it is a crit. So you do have the shield block up. So you do get to absorb the blow,
Some
right?
of it, yeah. Oh,
So-
I'm gonna break my shield.
Alright.
Shit. Okay.
All right.
Oh, my
So-
shield's broken.
Okay, 26 points of damage. Your shield absorb. So it was if you raise your shield, if I remember this right, your shield and you both you subtract the 5 damage, right? That's the hardness of your shield.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes down to 21, and then you and your shield both take 21 points of damage, right?
Yeah. So my shield's broken.
Your shield completely splinters and breaks.
Fuck.
I'll go
Okay.
ahead. I'll apply the damage to you.
Uh huh.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage.
That's okay.
So-
I got a bunch of healing potions.
Yeah, you watch as it like tears, it blasts through Nulara's shield, sends it splintering everywhere. Or maybe it's a wooden shield, right?
Steel actually.
Steel. So it actually, the jaw force is so strong that it bends your shield in like a really terrible way that makes it impossible to use anymore. And yeah, you're in tough shape. But that is all its actions. All right, Hal, you're up.
Okay,
Your safety around
I
the
was
corner.
waiting.
Yeah.
I'm sustaining the lights,
Okay.
and then I'm
action
wondering
sustain.
when the party's going to move back to this door that he pointed at, that Clovis is standing next to, as the one that we fall back to. I will do. I guess I'll do Inspire Courage using Lingering Composition.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll. What's the range on that? Like 60 feet or something like that?
60 feet.
Yeah. So it'll hit everyone.
So free action is performance.
Mhm.
I'm doing
Ooh.
terrible.
Yeah. 11's a
So it's
fail.
one round. Inspire
Yeah,
Courage will last one round.
I think with 11, it's not a critical fail, so it doesn't use up your focus point. And then yeah, so it'll last one round for Inspire Courage, right?
Yep,
Is that how that
one
works? I
round.
think so. Yep. So you guys can all
Yep,
mark
one round.
Inspire Courage, like right click, add Inspire Courage to your character sheet.
That's a little music.
The
thing,
little
right?
music symbol on the token, yeah.
Yep.
All right, and that was all 3 actions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sustain is 1. Inspire Courage is 1, and
Nope, so you still
Lingering
have one.
Composition is free. So I still have 1,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure I can. Guess I'll cast Shield.
Okay.
With my lash?
Shimmering with shield. Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Clovis. Make sure to click in.
Right. So, wait, this is where this game is different. So I will move in here.
Okay, one action to stride in.
Yep, and I will do my Ray of Frost. And this little guy.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice.
Very nice. So, you didn't?
Now I'd also get encouraged, right? Is it 1 to
Well,
damage?
Did you
+1.
not click? Did you not click the crit damage? It looked like
I
you
just
clicked.
said damage. I didn't see. Was there a crit that came up?
Sometimes there isn't a crit thing that shows
No,
up.
I don't see it.
Oh,
It
okay.
just
So
says item
it's
bonus
6
status.
plus 1 to 7, doubled to 14 damage. And then, but I think on this Ray of Frost, right? There's another thing that happens on a crit. Is that what you're saying?
10-foot speed bonus.
Double.
Or penalty?
So
I
critical success target takes double damage.
Yeah, not bonus, penalty.
And takes a 10-foot status penalty to its speed for 1 round.
Okay, so it's 10 feet slower. It gets covered in ice and it takes 14 damage. Okay. Not bad. I think that was your turn,
And
right?
this is where Pathfinder's way different because I'm done. I can't.
That's right.
Oh, was that 2
Right.
actions?
Yeah,
It's
it's 2 actions.
2 for the spell, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so
New Lara.
Okay.
I'm in the damn room with the thing.
I know. I'm gonna hit it first with my Morning Star.
Okay. Spin that Morning Star.
27.
27 is a hit, but not.
Let's go.
Oh, don't forget, you get +1 more because of Inspire Courage. You didn't put it on your token.
28.
28 isn't enough for a crit, but it is enough for a hit.
Okay. There you go. So for my damage, that would be Lord 7.
Okay. 7 points of bludgeoning. Or sorry, yeah, bludgeoning damage.
I don't
Okay.
know if this dude has an attack of opportunity. Second action, I'm taking a swig off my new healing potion.
So it'll have to be 1 action to pull it out, and a second
really?
another, because you have to interact with it, right? Because you don't have it in your
Right,
hand.
right.
So your
Okay.
shield is like destroyed, so you can that falls off. So you can use an action to pull out your healing potion, and then your third action to drink it.
Okay.
The one thing I will say is drinking the potion like this, if this thing has an attack of opportunity, this would trigger it. Because you're taking like a manipulate action within its range.
Okay. Never mind then. So I'll take for my last 2 actions, I'll just take 2 steps.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, 1. Yeah, I was hoping like I can step for 1 action and then stride out for the third action. But it's like 2 steps, huh?
You what? So yeah, I mean, I guess if you were really looking at how it was, right? If you did a step action to this square, you'd be out of his range, and then you can take a stride action and take a long way around the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can
Assuming
I
he
do
doesn't
that
have
instead?
assuming he doesn't have reach. Yeah, I'll let you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, for my third action, I'll stride out.
Okay.
Up until here, though.
Okay, stop in the doorway.
Yeah, I don't want to leave all of them.
Okay,
Oh, that's the end of my turn.
perfect. Mukta, you suddenly feel very exposed with this
Uh-huh.
warm thing like looking at you. It destroyed Nulara's steel shield in one blow.
It got lucky.
I would like to. All right, So I'm behind cover right now, right?
You are, but like since the turn, I mean, you do have cover if you want to try to do like a stealth or something.
Yeah, I would try to hide. I would get low and try to hide first, so it doesn't notice me.
Okay. So you do have that ability to take the stealth to hide to make yourself. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
one action, right?
Yep.
Second action. Pop up real quick, throw a dagger. Does that mean it's flat-footed or no?
I think technically, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that for my second action.
It, you kind of like duck down. I'm assuming like, maybe poke your head around the edge of the bed so you don't like pop up and down like a thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, you took cover, you broke thing, you went to unseen, you get the flat-footed condition, sure.
All right. And then I will throw a dagger at it.
Chucking another one of those marketplace daggers.
Yep. I got 9 left.
9 lives.
Out of the bandolier, through the air.
So, all right. Just roll.
That is a hit.
All right.
Let's go, Mukta.
You can do it.
Nice.
All right, 11 points of piercing damage.
Yep, that's another dagger down. And for my third action, I'm going to try to hide again.
Okay. that does bloody it. Just
Nice.
to notice, just so you guys know.
Yep, and I am hiding back beneath my cover.
Yep. So you duck down and take a stealth roll to try to hide.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. So I think it looks in your way, and it looks right at like the juicy meal that's like not hidden. I'm gonna roll. Well, let me see what this creature is. Let's check its stats real quick.
You got this, Clovis.
It is pretty. It's not smart by any sense of the imagination. Oh, okay. So here's what happens. Just looking at all this. So you think you're hiding very well, Mukta, right? Just so you know, you got a 19 on your stealth.
Okay.
It's respectable. But Clovis,
But
you watch. Yeah, you watch. It seems to know. It didn't seem to break its like actual like passive perception, right? So you watch as it looks at you, Clovis, and it looks back at the thing that just popped out and threw a dagger at it, and you watch as it shimmies over. So it uses one stride action to move over to where Mukta was, and you almost see it like its little like antenna, like little hair on its body starts vibrating and like sensing the area. And it almost like it's sniffing in the air. And Mukta, as you're crouched behind this thing hiding, you look as the worm just kind of looks over the top and is looking. You look up and it's looking right down at you.
Hello.
Yeah, and this thing opens its mouth and strikes at you.
You are the third thing my mother warned me about.
It's a 32,
Oh, my Lanta.
which should be a
That's
crit.
a crit.
It's a crit, but not a natural 20 crit, but it is a crit. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
You take 36 points of damage.
Oh my god. Are you dead?
Are you down?
Yep.
Oh,
You have 20. Your maximum hit points is 24?
Yep.
Okay, so it bites down, and just immediately you watch Clovis as Mukta goes limp, and Mukta's now, from a crit attack, you actually go to dying 2. We learned this in the previous episode. So go ahead and mark yourself dying 2.
Yep.
Okay. And so...
You guys better kill this thing next time.
Oh, man.
Gotta try.
Let me just see something real quick.
Fuck.
We just need like 2 more crits, guys. We're good.
I was gonna say, I think even if I get over there and try to
It bites Mukta, right, with its one action, and it hits and crits, and Mukta goes limp. And you watch Clovis as it uses his third action to grab onto Mukta. So it stands up, and Mukta is in its jaws, and is currently holding Mukta's like unconscious body in its mouth. So it's now grabbing Mukta with its third action, and Mukta is like in this thing's mouth, like eye level with you, and that's its turn.
In the afterlife, Mukta's thinking, I should have listened to my mother.
So this is very, very intense. Hal
Is going to sustain for one action the lights, and he's going to cast Soothe on Nulara.
on Nulara. Okay.
Bless.
I can't get any closer.
Yep.
You got anything big? Now's the time to use it, Clovis.
Man, we're still only level 2. Not a huge shit.
So 9 healing for Nulara. So I can add that to your token. Okay.
Thank you.
And that was all 3 actions.
Everybody's music. Yep, everybody's music should drop.
Yep, Inspire Courage drops. Go ahead and end turn. Clovis.
Okay, I'm going to cast Burning Hands on it.
So, just to point out, if you cast Burning Hands, it's an AoE. It will burn Mukta too. Well, let's see. Mukta is technically in his own square. I think you could, because of that fact, I think you could angle it in a way that not hit Mukta, right? If you just hit the
Yeah, like right here.
Go towards the door.
Even though I have it, even though it's biting it, mechanically it's still Mukta's in his own square. It's not so, and it's not big enough to like take Mukta into its own square. So that's fine. You can angle it to like kind of burn the backside of this creature. That's fine. So go ahead and cast that.
So it's a DC 18.
Okay. An DC 18 reflex save for this thing. It makes its roll and it gets a 23, which is a success, but I think it still takes half damage. So 6 fire damage down to 3.
Try to do something that'd give a little bit more damage, otherwise, yeah.
Yep, and it doesn't. It's not like it's not resist or not extra damage to fire or anything like that.
And I will stride back in here to get some cover.
Okay. Sorry, I ended your turn for you. Nular.
Okay, first action, releasing my Morning Star. Second action, picking up my trident.
Okay.
I can see him from where I'm at, right?
Yep.
Okay. Trident, come on.
You can do it.
Oh,
yes! That's a crit. And again,
All right,
this trident
let's
is
go.
your like.
Let's go.
Are you related to like trident or something, man? You keep hitting crits on
I don't
trident
know.
tosses. That's amazing.
18.
All right, 18 points of damage.
Piercing.
18 points of piercing damage. Jabs into it. It like rears back. Mukta's flailing, like limp body, like flailing in the air. It's hurt really bad, but it's not down.
Okay. That's my third action, right? Yeah, that was my third action.
Drawing the weapon
Draw.
with 1.
Oh yeah,
Throwing.
yeah.
So you should have 1, right?
Sub
wait.
1, yeah.
Releasing it? Okay.
Release.
Drop
Okay,
it
if
when
you
it
drop it on the ground, it's a free action. If you put it away, like on your hip, then it would take a full action.
Okay, so release and drop is the same thing, right? Because I said release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, I will say this, right? Wait, you didn't draw? No. Okay, so you have a Morning Star in one hand, and you have like the trident. You have a free hand now because your shield's gone. So you could draw the trident and throw it without having to drop your Morning Star. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I would still have.
You still have the Morning Star in your hand.
I'd still have like one action then.
You still have one action, yeah.
Mukta's in his mouth.
Doesn't
Drop
look
it.
good.
Drop it.
I know. Can I?
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I wonder if it's a mindless creature. I'll yell at it. I'll have it look at me and be like, "Hey! Drop it! Drop it right now!"
Is that a coerce?
That's what I'll do.
You gonna coerce it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. It's you make a intimidation check against its will DC, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I just checked. It is not immune to mental,
Okay.
so it's not mindless like the zombies and skeletons were.
Intimidation.
And you have the intimidating glare, so it doesn't need to understand
21.
21 is exactly what you needed to hit.
Nice.
So wait, it does intimidate 1, right?
Frightened 1, I believe.
Frightened 1, yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Frightened 1 on the thing. Okay. That's not bad.
Drop him.
Anything else?
No, sorry, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, well, Mukta,
All
it's been a
right.
while since we did this, but I'm pretty sure it's a death saving throw.
Yep.
Do they call it a death saving throw in this game?
Hasn't been that
I
long. It's
believe
only been
so,
like 2
yeah.
sessions, I think.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, you go to dying 3.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That's my turn.
Hmm.
How many dying do you have before you're outright dead?
4.
I'm dead.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty much dead.
Yeah. The question is,
I coerced him.
yeah, I mean, you frightened him. If I was very like vindictive, right, I would I could just kill Mukta right here.
What would the creature do?
That's what I'm trying to decide.
I'm totally okay with not pulling any punches.
I know, but I feel like if I kill Mukta here, we just met Mukta, but that's kind of...
Yeah, you got 9 lives, so, you know.
It happens.
How expensive is resurrection magic in this game? I don't know. I think if I'm playing this, what the creature would do, I have to factor into what Nulara did, right? Because otherwise, if Nulara did not succeed here, I think the creature would do exactly what it was, which would be, kill you.
But it also is almost dead.
Okay, here's what it does. It's like got Mukta in its jaws, and it's getting ready to like eat Mukta, and you can see it's about to tear it to shreds, and it's so focused on Mukta that it's not even noticing Nulara in the doorway, and Nulara chucked this trident, which has critically hit it, right? Stabbed it real deep. I think it roars really loud, and Nulara like yells at it to like drop him, and like it turns and like looks in your direction. It doesn't have eyes, but it like looks in your direction, and it's really hurt from this blow you did. So I think in this case, what it does is drops Mukta's from its mouth and turns its full attention on you, Nulara, and uses its first action to stride next to you. Mukta is like now dropped unconscious and still making death saves on the bed.
Yep.
like on the like behind the bed in the wall, right? And with its second action, it bites Nulara.
Does the frightened condition have anything?
Yep, it gives a -1 because of the frightened condition.
It's a crit.
This thing is.
It's
no
okay.
joke.
It's okay. It's Hal's turn next.
Yeah.
Woo!
38 points of damage on Nulara.
Would that put me to dying 3?
It's not. It is a crit, so you go. Well, I think you just go dying 2.
Dying 2.
No,
If you get-
because my hit points is 34.
Sure. I think in order to go to dying, it's either
has
like
to be-
outright death or like dying
Uh-huh.
2. There's no dying 3.
Okay.
But I don't think it's enough damage to put you outright death.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Is
that's
it
the-
similar to D&D where it has to be like double your below your max?
That's what I'm trying to double check. So if you take damage equal to double your hit points in one blow. So you did not take 60 hit points or whatever it is.
Okay.
So but it was a crit. So much like Mukta, you go unconscious, dying 2. But you watch now as this thing uses its action, and it does the same thing to Nulara, where it picks up Nulara, lifts her in the air, and she is like unconscious, lifeless in his body, being grabbed by this thing. And that's its turn.
I've been here before. It's okay. Dying. There you go. So dying 2, right?
You go to dying 2.
Bro.
because It was a crit.
Got a healer.
I mean, if I can hit it and
Kill
Phobos
it.
can hit it, we can kill it.
Yeah,
but-
that's true.
Like, all right, I'm gonna use electric arc
Okay.
against it.
I think
Sure.
that's a better option. Because it's just gonna, if you heal her, it's just gonna come up to its turn and bite her again.
The only thing
Yeah.
I have is, just so you know, I have stabilize, which I can still unconscious. It just gets rid of the dying conditions.
That was a save.
But then you're right; it's going to come right back at it. So
Okay, so it takes
So that
half.
it still takes half.
Okay, so it takes
Yeah.
3 points of lightning damage.
I'm sustaining the dancing lights. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
The other thing too is like when
After.
Nulara went like limp, right? Like her morning star fell to the ground and she's lifted, so like the morning star is like out on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. If you could somehow stabilize, what does it take to stabilize him?
A healer check or a medicine check.
No, he has this. He has the
Okay.
the cantrip.
it's
Oh,
in the chat.
nice.
He can
But,
also use the wand to heal everybody within 60 or 30 feet.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't say there's a. Oh, it says stabilize range 30 feet. So yeah, you could stabilize Mukta from this far, or like Hal said, if you pull out the wand and use it, you could do. Well, the wand to do the AOE, it takes 3, right? And he would have to pull out the wand with 1 action, and it only have 2 actions to use the wand. But he
Yeah,
does
but I
have
do
heal.
have heal.
I was gonna say you have
So
heal
I have
prepared.
heal, guys. So I have heal prepared, which 3 actions I can still do 30 feet, same as a wand, without an action
it.
pulling it out.
Does it have to be line of sight?
I don't think so. It just says you disperse positive energy in a 30-foot emanation. It targets all living and undead creatures in the burst. So, yeah, let's
That
do
would
it.
be huge.
Yeah, that'd be really huge. This is awesome. All right, 30 feet of healing is gonna hit everyone. Go ahead and roll that healing.
We just go.
5 points. I'll take it.
So 5 points to everyone. So it's 5 to Mukta. So I can click the healing here. So
Oh,
so you
I already-
get 5 healing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. But you're no longer dying 3, but you are wounded 3.
Okay.
And then Nulara, you get healed for 5. And
Mm-hmm.
you come awake and you're being thrown around and you're grabbed by this creature in its mouth, right? So you can't move away from it unless you break free, but you are now alive, or at least awake. No, all the stuff you had in your hand fell to the ground, so it's like at the ground. But this thing's thrashing you around, so you might be able to reach it on your turn. Hal, you didn't take any damage, right? So the energy,
Correct.
the healing energy, the downside of this is the healing energy emanates out and it goes through the enemy you're fighting too. So the heal actually would heal this creature as well. However, in this case, this creature is undead, and so the positive healing force that you put out damages it. So it needs to make a fortitude saving throw.
No
Nice.
That's a
Let's
fail.
go, Clovis!
So the 5 points of healing turns into 5 points of damage against this creature. Because it is undead. And it has the
Yes.
the negative healing. So it takes 5 points and it's still up. But it's hanging on by a thread. That was pretty epic. That's the thing with undead, like if they have the negative healing trait, then they get damaged by positive energy and healed by negative energy, the opposite of the living things.
Crazy.
So that's pretty cool. Very awesome. But that's all 3 actions, right?
Yes. That's my turn.
All right, Nulara,
Lara's turn.
you
So
are
I'm grappled by this guy?
He did spend his 3rd action to grab you, so you're in its mouth, you're grabbed by it. You are flat-footed because you're prone because you were unconscious, so you're kind of technically prone.
I'm in its mouth?
You're in its mouth, yeah.
Okay,
So-
let me know if I can do this. Can I, because I threw my trident at him, right? Can I grab my...
Yeah. So it's in its body right down. You wake up, they see the morning star coming out of it. You look over, the trident is still sticking out the side of this thing's body. So you could use an action to interact with it and grab it.
Okay, using an action
The
to...
only downside is if he has an opportunity attack, this would be a manipulate action that would trigger an opportunity attack.
I mean, there's kind of no choice for me.
Yeah. So you reach out, you use an interact, you pull out the trident. It does not look to be. It does not take an attack of opportunity.
All right. So for my next 2 actions, power attack with my trident.
Okay. It's gonna. You have the negative effects from being like prone and stuff, but you know.
What would that be like? Because I don't see.
I don't know. It's not fright anymore, so let me just take that off. I don't know. Just roll it and let's see what it calculates for you.
Oh God.
This is do or die time.
Uh-huh.
No way.
You are fired tonight with your crit.
Oh
Let's go.
Are you
my
kidding me?
God.
This trident is like
Fucking
speaking
nuts.
to you.
With a crit, it's 16.
Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, 16 points of damage kills this thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you watch as like Nerlar stabs it with the power attack. It goes. Yeah, I don't even think it got like the. Yeah, so you got -2 for prone. That was it. So not a big deal. Stab it right. You watch as the creature like it hits it. It goes. It starts undulating. It drops you from its mouth. You hit the ground. But what happens next is this whole thing kind of you watch the whole thing like turns almost like a jello sort of like mold as it like starts wiggling like crazy, and it explodes in a cloudy red burst of necrotic dried blood. 20-foot area.
Okay.
So Hal, you are out of range. Everyone else is within range. So I need everyone else to make a it's a reflex save.
Oh, reflex. Okay. Oh, I'm dead again.
It's a 21. So yeah, 15 fails, 18 fails. Mukta succeeds.
Let's go, Mukta.
So okay,
that should have been higher because I have unconscious -4.
that's
Why is that?
true. You would have prone, not unconscious, but it's still it's a success. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so make sure to right-click your status conditions and take off dying too, and then it should fix all the rest. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the damage it explodes out and does. So that's not bad. 10 points of necrotic damage. So
I'm
Nulara,
dead.
you take 10. Nulara, the blood like hits Nulara, she passes out again. Mukta, you take half of that, so you take 5.
I'm dead.
Mukta goes out again. Oh, that's actually bad because you go to dying 3.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
same.
my god. And then Clovis, you take the 10 damage as well.
Yep.
I think you're
I
still
could
up.
die here still.
You could.
Yep.
Oh my god. In the next turn, it's Mukta.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. This is fate. This is it.
Yep. All right.
Come on, Mukta. Come on. I believe in you. We had 2 crits in a row from Nulara.
Hero point, hero point,
No.
hero point.
Yeah,
Oh,
hero
you have
point.
hero
Hero
point.
point.
Hero
Hero
point.
point.
Wait. Stop real quick. Hero points have another effect, which isn't always talked about. If you have hero points, you can cash them in to make a death saving throw and stabilize.
Yep.
Really?
That was
Yeah, no,
right
that's
there.
an actual rule.
yeah.
Do that.
Do
I
that.
will do that.
So you don't come conscious, you just stabilize with you cash in every hero
Yeah,
point
Jesus,
you have.
why
and you
didn't I roll a
stabilize.
hero point at the end of the game? Why I don't even know why I didn't roll a hero point to save my
Oh,
my
Mushi.
self-save.
Oh yeah, you never made a save for Mushi. He would make the same. He would use your ability. So roll a second one. Oh, is that true? Someone in chat, the biologist is saying that because you got magically healed, you might have had less of a wounded condition when you went back down. So you might not have been in as much danger as we thought.
Hero points.
Either way.
So yeah, Mushi's gonna fail.
I'd
So-
move behind the blood siphon to Steve because he killed me.
Yeah.
I use a hero point to reroll for Mushi.
Yeah, it's what 10? Is that enough to hurt? Okay, 24.
24.
Mushi only takes 5. Okay, so Mukta,
Yeah. Otherwise, he would
fine.
have been dead outright.
Hal, with the explosion, you sense that Mukta's down again.
Mm-hmm. So I will let the lights drop, and I'll run into the room.
Isn't Nulara down too?
Take a stride action,
That's
and then
Nulara's also down.
I'll strum my lute and cast Soothe. Baby, come back. Any final fool could see.
Let's
And
go.
I will do.
Yeah, so even though you were at dying 3 when you came back, you only
8.
You come back with wounded 1, not wounded 3, so you shouldn't have been quite as in danger.
Okay.
All right, and 8 to Mukta.
So what is my dying level at right now?
Oh,
It should be now. You would be at dying 2,
I just healed him for 2
but then you're back conscious.
or
again.
for 8 points.
And now you're at wounded 2.
Wounded 2? Okay.
You started at wounded 1, you went dying, you came back, now you're wounded 2.
Okay.
Because you were wounded
And
1,
then,
when you
hopefully
started dying,
Clovis
you went
can-
straight to dying 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I screwed up too. When I did the healing earlier, if you look at this, I did 3 actions, right? I should have had more dice than just the 1d8.
That's another thing that's kind of weird, right? Because
2 action versions increased by 8.
it's one of those questions where they say the level 1 action and then the level 2 action and then the level 3 action. Does the level 3 action get the bonus from 2 actions as well? And I don't know if there's a clear answer, but I think you're right. I think everyone should have had another base 8 more healing. Right? Because it says 2
right
actions
here, height and +1.
increase hit point by 8. But really, though, I'm not sure if the 3 action version gets the bonus 8 hit points that the 2 action does. I'm not 100% sure. But I think probably it makes sense. I think we ruled it last time this came up that it got the bonus 8 as well. So that would have been 8 extra damage to the creature too.
Yep.
So either way, you guys have defeated it. You guys are damaged and worse for wear. But do you have a way to save Nulara, Clovis? You have the wand of healing, right?
Yep.
So you can either stabilize or use the wand of healing. Either way, the threat of combat is over.
Stabilize is okay. I'll take a healing potion.
Okay, then I'll stabilize her.
Okay. So for beating this creature, you all get 80 experience points.
Yay.
Shit, we should get like 580 points.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it was a level 4 creature, and you guys were level.
Or
2.
level 2.
So
All right, so that takes
That's
us to
right.
300, right?
I'll
300.
grab my trident again.
you pull the trident back out of this thing.
Yeah.
Man, you guys got your butts kicked here.
Whew.
Man.
Got critted.
But listen, how many crits did you get? That was awesome. Crits on those trident strikes, man. That's 3 crits in a row with tridents, right?
Yes.
The bird doll, yeah.
You threw it
At
against the
least.
bird doll, and then you use it twice here, and it's been a crit every time. I think you just need to put that away and pull it out in dire emergencies only.
That's what I've been doing.
All right, lesser healing potion, 15.
I will do lay on hands
Okay.
to Nular, and she gets 6 hit points restored, and then I can refocus and do that
Thank
and continue to do that.
That's true. So every 10 minutes you can restore 6.
Yep.
Mukta, I think I saw your mom.
I owe my mother an apology, I think. I did not quite listen to her as much as I should have in my youth.
Your
Yeah, this
Mother
thing-
must have been very smart, because that thing was nasty.
It was. Well, you guys got pretty unlucky too. And I wouldn't say unlucky, but it did get crits on you guys quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not like natural 20 crits, but with its
Maybe with a
big
plus
AC bonus.
14.
All I
Yeah.
can say is there better be something goddamn good in that room.
Yeah.
That's true.
Biologist in chat saying no one died. For so many people going unconscious, you guys did pretty good. You guys held on pretty good,
Mhm.
which is true.
I will
Because
recast dancing
was-
lights and
it-
move it into the room.
Okay. It was very dicey there. We were, we were on the verge of you guys dying. Yeah, so you move into the room and you see the same thing that Nulara saw earlier, right? A large metal table fitted with leather straps and iron bands. This lumpy thing of flesh is gone now. A strange contraption that was part spyglass and part mechanical drill sits near the head of the table. A sparkling black gemstone glitters in metal framework built into this machine's side. The gem looks pretty valuable, and there's also this weird sort of table contraption thing that is here.
I check for traps.
Okay, yeah, you're moving around looking for traps. You know, you're always moving looking for traps. Doesn't appear to be trapped. If somebody wants to try to understand like what this table might be for, then somebody can give me like either an occultism or religion recall knowledge roll. Those would be the two that apply in this case.
Religion?
Either religion or occultism, yeah.
I have religion.
Or some kind of like...
I'll use my hero point. It's the end of the night.
It's the end of the session. Let's do it. Oh yeah, you could have cashed your hero point into stabilize too. That's right. 17. Unclear on your recall knowledge what this would be. I don't know what kind of lore everyone else has. Okay. Yeah, occultism from Clovis. You're not sure. Hal, you piece together. You got a pretty decent occultism check there. Looking at this contraption, you're pretty sure that this table and the whole gem and all this contraption would be used in some sort of create undead ritual. Not that this thing automatically allows you to perform that ritual, but if you were to use this table while performing like a create undead ritual, it would give you like a bonus because it's kind of geared to help create undead. And the drilling device that's like there would penetrate the skull of the victim, while the scope and this like black gem focuses the necromantic energies of the ritual into the corpse, basically. So they would put someone on this table alive and use it to kill them and turn them into undead better. So if you use this table with the gem intact to cast create undead, you get a +2 item bonus if you want to make some undead. Otherwise, the gem itself is probably the focal point of this thing's magical power. The gem looks valuable. If you were to take it, you would render the machine inoperable and you could catch the gem in. So I'll unhide this. I'll like pop up the machine, and then the machine has the onyx in it.
So any ideas what this thing does?
You can make more of those, more of the maggots, the big ones, more skeletons, more of the corpse lights, all those kind of things. And this just helps you do it. It's probably worth a little bit.
So do we want to leave? Do you want to use it, or should I try to take the gem?
I don't want to use it. Why would you ask me if I wanted to use that?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know about these magic-y things that you all do. So, just thought I'd ask.
say, take the gem. We do not want anybody else to keep bringing these things back. Also, this means it was dead and it came alive, so somebody must be operating this down here.
Or it's been undead for quite some time. I mean, once you're undead, you kind of stay undead for a while, right?
True, but with everything we're seeing, I think somebody is still pulling strings,
Or pulling the levers. I get it.
Or pulling the levers, pulling the lighthouse.
I will attempt to retrieve the gem from the machine.
Yeah, it's easy enough to pry it out. You pop one of your daggers out and just like give it a little pry, and the gem pops out, and you can just add it to your inventory or someone else's.
I definitely go back and get my 2 daggers from the other.
Yeah, easy enough to find. So yeah,
the ass of that little worm.
All right.
Yeah. In this case, between all of your abilities, like with the refocus, the lay in hands from Hal, the medicine checks. I mean, if somebody wants to do medicine checks to try and speed this up, you can either refocus and do this for like the next few hours and get healed up, or we can make a couple of quick medicine checks to heal you guys up. But you guys tell me, or you just go back to town and say, "Screw this gauntlet, I'm retiring."
So you just roll medicine. I
got +5 medicine.
I got +8. I can roll if you want.
Do it.
Yeah. Plus you have the medicine hit. So who you?
Oh fucking A! Come on.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Did you put? Let me see. In the action, I think.
So is this medicine check for all of us, or is that?
No, it's one. Let me see if I can find the actual action. You might want to add it to your character sheet. So, what is it called? It's called Treat Wounds. So,
I think if you're trained, it's part of it. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm trained. I got the healer's tools too.
okay, so I thought I added it to your sheet.
But I am trained in medicine, so.
Is this anyways, I can look at what it does, but we got to find a way to add to your sheet. So, the DC is 15, so that's a failure. So you neither successfully who are you trying to heal? Because you don't successfully heal or hurt them. It's just you're unable to treat them for the next hour.
Oh, who was? I would have gone whoever had the lowest hit points. So.
I think
Probably
at this point
Mukta.
it'd probably be me.
Yep. So you
That's
try
what I
to
would've
use
done first.
medicine check on Mukta, and you're unable to successfully at least heal him. You can hand him a good berry, but your medicine check's not going to do anything.
All right. I can do another one on.
You can do one on
Nulara?
Nulara, yeah. Once you get the medicine check on you, you're immune to all medicine checks for an hour. All treat wounds checks for an hour. Sorry. Yep, that's a success. So you can roll 2d8 hit points, and you lose your wounded condition, Nular.
Okay.
So that's 9. And if you
Thank
treat her
you.
for an hour straight, Clovis, that could double to 18. Do you want to spend an hour treating Nular?
I don't know. Are we going to stay down here for an hour, guys, or
I think
plan?
I think we should. I could continue to put my hands on the Mukta.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll stay down for an hour.
Yep. So go ahead and
I'm
you
going
can
to.
add 18 healing Nular. We'll have the clock go by an hour.
If we're going
Time-wise,
to be
we're
down
just
here that
crossing.
long,
We're just crossing noon. Sorry. Go ahead.
I would have checked this door to make sure,
Mhm.
nothing is going to be coming out from it.
Yeah, you listen to it. You check it for traps. It doesn't seem trapped. It doesn't sound like there's anything on the other side. Nothing you can hear, at least. Do you want to open it and peek through? The problem here is
Nope.
that it's also because it's these rusty hinges.
Just making sure that nothing's going to be bursting through while we
Okay.
take an hour.
You're on watch, yeah. Nothing comes over this hour that way, at least.
Okay, so 5. So every 10 minutes we're staying for an hour. So
So it'd be 30 hit points. That should be enough to top you off.
yeah, that brings me up to my max.
Yep. So no
I'm going
problem.
to use a focus point and eat a good berry for myself.
Okay. So the interesting thing, you take a berry and you cast good berry and put the magic into this berry that you're kind of carrying. Then you can just pop it and eat it, and that's how it works.
Yep.
I think.
1d6 plus 4. Oh shit! I rolled 2 by mistake. God dang it. Let me roll again.
First number is a 3.
that?
If you click on that,
Is
7.
it? Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
So 3 plus 4, you said, so it'd be 7 hit points, just like it rolled.
3 plus
It
2,
knew.
5.
Hey.
So you guys spend an hour licking your wounds, discussing this creature, and getting healed up and ready for whatever you guys are going to do next. And I think that's where we call it tonight's session. So
All right.
we made it to the second level, guys.
Man.
That was.
Can you imagine wandering down here as a first level character and being like, "Hey, what's this thing? Oh my god, I'm dead in one hit."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that happened to us
could.
at second level. So
Right. When you had double the hit points. Can you imagine though?
Oh, it would be
I
dead.
still have
dead.
the wand too,
Dead,
guys.
yep.
I can still use the wand. We can use it once a day without breaking it. So if
Mhm.
we really need to, just let me know.
Yeah.
I don't know how everybody's
we'll
doing.
save that. Break that glass in case of emergency.
I think
Okay.
you guys should be all topped off at this point. I think Clovis, you're the only one not quite topped off. But Hal can just
Yep.
pump you with one lay on hands and you'd be good. Yeah, but that does tonight's session. We got some role play in. We got to see some of the story unfold. We got to go deeper. This is the first time we got to go to the second level of the ruins. And oddly devoid of swamp dragons, but full of undead creatures that suck your blood.
Yeah.
It is very similar to those maggots you fought earlier, like bites and latches on, only this one's a much scarier version of the one you fought before.
Yeah.
So I think that does it. You guys make sure you got your experience right. You guys said you're at like what, 300 now?
300.
300 even. Kind of feels like a lot of work for 80 experience,
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yep. I think this fight was, in terms of creature power, equivalent to the Scalathrax, but this one just seemed to hit so much harder.
Yeah.
Probably because it rolled crits both times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But we were I wouldn't say we were near a TPK, but we were near some creatures dying. So one thing I got to look up, how easy is it to resurrect people in this game? I don't know. I know in 5e.
Definitely not close to a TPK.
No, you guys had. Well, half your party was dying. One party member was...
Run away.
The other half would have just ran away. Yep.
Let's just close the door and leave. I think... It was really hard for me to pull the trigger on just killing Mukta, but given that Nulara just crit it and it was this whole like yelling intimidation thing, I think it really plays into that like story of like it dropping Mukta and spinning around and coming at Nulara and then critting Nulara and then Nulara waking up and critting it back. It was just a crit fest. But that was definitely up there in terms of epic moments. I can't believe you got 2
scary
moments in a row. But yeah, that too, but it was intense. Anyways, that was our session for this week. Join us next week when we fight. Well, this is only level 2, guys. We can just go down to level 3 and see what awaits us below. What do you think?
Swamp dragons.
If you can beat this, you can beat a swamp dragon.
Yeah, easily.
Barely. We got
We can
lucky.
do it.
When you guys did get the onyx, right? Yeah, the onyx piece.
Yeah, I got it.
Very cool. Okay, so that's going to do it for us this week. I'm DM Steve. Follow me on Twitter at Steve the DM and on YouTube as DM Steve and on Twitch here at DM Steve. Did I get that right? I might have got my socials wrong. Whatever. If you're watching this, is it Steve the DM on Twitch or Twitter? I think it's on Twitter. It's Steve the DM. Anyways, you guys have any sign-offs? Go watch Hal's channel. If you're following this channel and you're not following the Hollowed RPG, do him a favor, hop over to his channel and subscribe and follow because you can see the games from his point of view.
Yeah.
And on Twitch at the same time.
Point of view. Yep.
We also play some D&D every Friday night, so.
Very nice. Yeah, if you're interested in D&D, you can hop over there. Guys, we passed 100 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're at 109 last I checked.
Wow.
That's crazy. I didn't know people were going to want to watch us when we started this thing, and you guys keep coming and watching, and we keep putting it out. So everyone, if you're watching it, thank you. Oh, look at that. R. Wilmore just followed us right now. It's our 47th follower on Twitch. So thank you, R. Wilmore.
Nice.
What's up,
Thank
R.
you, R.
Wilmore?
Wilmore.
Thank you.
And we are only 3 from our 50 follower goal. That's another amazing thing. So
That was pretty cool.
that's it. We'll be back next.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Exactly.
Tell your
We'll-
friends, tell your
See ya.
family.
See you in a week.
Yeah. We'll be back next Wednesday, 7 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. Pacific PDT, whatever DT is. I think it's Daylight.
Daylight.
Time. Pacific Daylight Time.
Pacific Daylight.
7 p.m. LA time. And we'll see what more mysteries lie in the Abomination vaults. So,
All right.
is it Wednesday yet? Take care, guys.
Good night.